what's up? It's your boy Drew.
It's your boy Meech, and we're the No Moves podcast.
This is a podcast where we know you got no moves, so come listen to us.
All right, Drew. So what we talk about today?
Yeah, so we actually got a list of topics today. We're gonna talk a little bit about music, a little bit about sports, gaming, anime, and some life things down the end of the line.
All right, sounds good. So I say the first thing we talk about is music. All right.
All right.
So first item under music is Kanye versus Drake. So for those who don't know, um, Kanye is engaged in a word of wars with RB Drake Graham, better known as Drake.
That's right.
For a multitude of reasons. Obviously, this seems to stem from the fact that Pusha received information about Drake's uh, son that Drake believes that Kanye leaked to Pusha's camp, and obviously the relationship spiraled from, I guess, friendship or uh, them being acquainted to them being, I guess, enemies or rivals, call it. So, Drake has pretty much laid some either whether it's subliminal disses or he said in his music, don't wear any 350s around me. Drake has pretty much aired his piece. Also, he spoke about the situation on an interview with LeBron, just detailing his belief that Kanye leaked information. And Kanye, Kanye's Kanye. Kanye's been ranting over the past year. We don't know what. One second this guy likes Trump, the next second he's being manipulated. So we don't really know what he's on, but he's been fairly consistent in his feelings about Drake, basically denying all the allegations and stating that Drake is misguided. He got love for Drake. He hopes they could patch things up. But over the last 2 months, in November and December, Kanye's been more vocal in airing his grievances out with Drake. Uh, Kanye's been saying things like, Drake uh, threatening his life and his family, and more recently, which is pretty amusing to me, is he seemed to take issue with the fact that Drake follows Kim Kardashian on Instagram, and that seems to puzzle me because last time I checked, she's a public figure, and I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not judging her, but I'm pretty sure by some of the content she puts out is that she wants people to follow her. So I don't understand his issue, but that's Kanye being Kanye.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so that just got me thinking. I'm gonna ask you, Drew. Who do you think is more relevant right now?
Right now,
And yeah.
more rel. I mean, like, in what way?
All right.
We're
So
talking about
just to make it easier, let's start about let's separate into categories. Who's more relevant musically?
musically.
Yeah, right now.
Right now, I mean, obviously, like, it's Drake. Like that man be making hits left and right. Like Kanye, the only reason why Kanye's even relevant right now is just because he just be talking crazy. Like that's honestly it.
And the sneakers. The sneakers are fire.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but I mean,
The man don't know what he's talking about when it comes to politics
uh
and
huh,
social issues. I don't even think he understands what he's saying. It just comes out like awesome.
uh huh.
But those sneakers are doing numbers.
They are
You gotta
doing
keep it
numbers, but I don't know.
public.
I've had a few people telling me like, yo, like the Yeezys is whack now. I have a few people like, like I don't even want to cop the Yeezys no more. Like,
I mean, me personally, I like the 350s.
yeah,
But as far as the other stuff, I have to say just absolute trash. Like, nah, I'm not impressed. You could throw
gotcha.
that in the dumpster.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, but
yeah,
what do you think?
I mean, for some may say I'm biased because I'm a Drake fan, but I'm all,
Oh, that's right.
I was whatever, man. But I'd say musically right now, I'll go with Drake. Obviously, Drake has been dominating the charts for the past year. He's
Yeah.
been number one. The man's been number one pretty much at least three-fourths of the year. So obviously, I think he's more relevant right now. And yeah, I'll go with Drake though for that question. My next question that I kind of posed at we were in the subject. In the grand scheme of things, when both of them have either retired or kind of slowed down
Mm-hmm.
their musical, who do you think will have a greater legacy,
A greater.
Kanye or Drake?
Uh.
And that includes everything. That includes music. That includes
Uh huh.
fashion. That includes entertainment. Everything.
Um. I'm gonna say you said everything. I mean, like if we talking music, like in terms of legacy, like Kanye, like this man changed the rap game with 808 Heartbreak. You can't lie about that. Like that album literally changed the course of rap. So I mean, there's that with my phone. Um, well, I mean Kanye. I mean he has his shoes and everything like that. I mean, like I'm not gonna front like Kanye is a great producer. Like I'm not, I ain't gonna say like oh like he did like his first couple albums was fire. But if we just talking legacy though, like Drake, like sometimes man that may be bigger than life. Like he be hosting award shows. Like that man really be doing
Right.
anything.
Right.
Like it's like I'm not even a Drake fan like that, man. But but you can't deny that this man beats he popping, and just like he's been relevant for what, like over like 10 years. Like, come on now, like Drake is he gonna have the greater legacy than Kanye. I mean, and honestly, with Kanye, his newer self, or post his mother's death, I feel like he's been worsening his legacy. You know what I mean? I feel like just like the things he's saying, the things he's doing.
Now, be careful when you say that because you know if you're saying after his mother's death, then that means you would say that remember, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy came after that,
Uh huh.
and some consider that to be 808s came after his mother's death. Uh, we're not going to say years because years was trash. Um, that was garbage. So we're not going to mention that.
Okay.
I mean, the life of Pablo. Um, yeah, those albums, or Watch the Throne, even
What?
though it's not a solo album, that's
Yeah.
still post his mother's death. So I would just say be careful when you say that.
Okay. Okay.
But
I understand.
maybe you want to say, maybe you would say post break mental breakdown when
Mental breakdown, man.
or obviously we can't even say that because Kanye maybe having a breakdown right now. We just don't.
That may
But
be true.
let's just say you know post his mental breakdown civically at his last store stop for the Life of Pablo. I think it was Sacramento
Uh
when
huh.
he went on a rant dissing Jay-Z don't send no kills after me or whatever. But post that, I think that's when because before we kind of he said crazy stuff before, but,
He
you
has.
know it wasn't to the magnitude as of right now. Like he stayed out of politics and he just mostly like, hey everybody, buy my music or buy my Yeezys
Uh huh.
or I'm Walt Disney. I'm I'm the next Versace. I mean, those kind of limited to you know those type of topics. But he's kind of playing with fire right now. Talking about Trump. But
Uh huh.
anyways, talk about who has a greater music. Uh, so in my opinion, right now, I think Kanye has. I'm gonna say Kanye will have maybe a greater music legacy, just for some of the same reasons you've outlined. One is Kanye is always love him or hate him. Kanye has always uh, moved culture and music forward,
Uh
meaning
huh.
that he's kind of been he's kind of set a trend before the trend actually happened. Like, I remember when he first came out. We're going to his first album, The College Dropout.
Uh huh.
Um, you know, what he was doing was, I'm not gonna say revolutionary because there has been, conscious rap before,
Right.
namely with like a Tribe Called Quest or Common,
Uh huh.
guys like that. But I will say that he kind of shifted the focus of rap from, you know, gangster rap to more introspective
He did.
music. He kind of set the ball rolling with.
I mean, yeah, he definitely did. And then like,
I think so, cause remember at the time he came out with his first debut album, I'm just mentioning names who are at the top,
okay,
like Jay Z, of course. This is before Jay Z kind of switched his content up a little bit, but
right,
at the time it was Jay. 50 was dominating music at the time.
he
You
was,
know, it was 50. I'm trying to think.
he
Let's just
was,
go with 50 Cent because I go 50 Cent because he was kind of the it was I think he was the hottest artist before Kanye dropped, and obviously his platform was gangster rap. It was gangster this. It was baggy jeans. It was
yeah, it was.
basically everybody wanted to be a
I
gangster.
mean,
Shit,
then
I wanted
50
to be a
Cent.
gangster.
They
I
said
wanted to
50
be a
Cent.
gangster before I knew better.
They said 50
But
Cent. What happened? He got shot 9 times. This man,
yeah,
this man had a video game, and everything. 50
yeah,
Cent.
everything, man. He was dying it. And
He
I
definitely.
wanted to be. I wanted to be. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I
Uh,
wouldn't be. You wouldn't catch me. Committing any felonies right now. You wouldn't catch me anywhere close to any contraband.
not
But
me.
at the time, when
Uh,
I didn't know better, I wanted to be a gangster, and
oh
that was
my
because of
god.
50 Cent.
Oh my
So
god. Yeah.
Kanye kind of shifted the focus. He came out with Jesus Walks talking about Jesus.
Okay.
In the song, that was a real popular song. And in the song, he says, "I don't know if radio will play this record," and they did. So you gotta give him credit for that.
Right.
Um, and let's talk about 808s and Heartbreaks. Obviously, I have to say another reason why I say he'll have the legacy is the fact that Kanye. I'm not gonna say. Well, yeah, I guess we can go and say he kind of birthed, you know, the Drakes, the Kid Cudis, the Childish Gambinos.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Basically more introspective content.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that whole sound. I mean, yeah.
that whole sound, he
Yeah.
kind of set the trend, and Drake said it himself.
Yeah.
Uh, Kanye, Kanye was probably the biggest influence he has musically.
Okay.
Um, so another reason why I'll go with that. Um, and like him or hate him, and I'm not saying every single album was a success because there's some names that we can kind of cross off like Yeezus. I hate Yeezus with a passion. I don't know what he was listening to, but again, that goes with his mindset
That man
of
got a
kind
lot of
of
sus lines, man. He got.
right, right,
I don't know.
and
It's. He don't.
but
Yeah.
that goes along with his philosophy that he wants to kind of set the
Yeah.
trend rather than follow it.
I
So
mean that's true. I mean that's true, but like sometimes you could try and be different, set a trend, and then what you make is just trash.
right, right, but with every artist, there's gonna be some content that you're not thrilled with. But again,
Okay.
um, I just say overall, his legacy's been positive music wise. Now, these little Trump rants that he's been going on, I just say I tell Kanye to be very careful with that because remember when he messed up was when he went at Taylor Swift, and remember, black people stuck by him.
Uh huh.
So I don't think you want to alienate black people right now because I can guarantee you the next stupid thing he says, whether he's dissing I don't know Ariana Grande or I don't know just whatever pop queen you could think of.
Wait. So what are you trying? You trying to say like none of that has an effect on his
I'm trying
legacy?
to say I'm trying to say I mean it doesn't affect his legacy music wise. I'm just saying he's very what's the word? He's very sensitive about how he presents himself
He is.
to no matter how many times he likes to say, I'm my own thinker or whatever. He's very conscious about how people feel about him, as evidenced by the fact that he made a comment. Well, when he met Trump at the White House, he quickly followed that up by going to TMZ and to kind of explain himself.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you consider yourself a forward thinker and you consider yourself independent, that means whatever you say, you don't care about what I have to say or you have to say. You say it, and that's the end of it, and you just move on. But it just seems that every every time he makes a controversial statement, he kind of tries to you know clarify
Nah,
his
he
comments,
nah,
or kind of put himself, not even clarify, try to paint himself in a more positive picture.
he needs like a PR person or like a man to be like, yo, like before you say what you about to say, like think about how that come across. Like this man, slavery. He said slavery was a choice. Like he trying to
Yeah,
explain it something. I'm just like, yo, like you can't say slavery was a choice. That's disrespectful. Like I kind of saying you be like, oh, like the institutionalized slave mindset is a choice. I do believe that. How you think like in today's society and getting away from that slave mentality is definitely is a huge part on you. And even Malcolm X said that if you listen to some of his speeches. But if we're talking about the actual act of slavery itself, like that was no choice. That was by force. So I don't know. Kanye
right.
took a nail on that one.
Yeah. In my opinion, Kanye should just, in my opinion, he should just stray away from certain topics which he is not the most informed about.
Okay.
Just stick to music and fashion. Um, because it's like you just said. In my opinion, when you talk about these issues, it's important to be informed and kind of rehearse what you're going to say and be as clear and concise as possible. If you're
Right.
not willing to do that, and you're not willing, if you're not willing to do those things, and you're worried about public perception, and I'm just gonna say he's worried about it because of the behavior I'm seeing. Um, but if you're conscious about public perception, you should just, and you're not willing to, kind of think things through. I think you should just stay away from politics altogether.
Okay.
Um, and it's sensitive. This, you know, especially in our time right now,
Yeah.
it politics is sensitive because of what Donald Trump represents. You gotta understand.
Uh,
Some people say whether you think he's done good for the economy, and I would attribute that more to what Obama did before. In my opinion, Trump has inherited, a standing house,
right.
a house with a good foundation, and I just think that he's kind of not doing too much to kind of impede, you know, progress. So I feel like that's why progressing. But
Okay.
whether you love him or hate him, Trump has been divisive, and it's
We're not gonna get too much into Trump. Not,
yeah, too trouble. No, no, no.
at least not on the
But
first episode. But for
but
me,
we all
like,
agree. We all agree that Kanye should stay off of it, and I just think somebody should take it from him because
for sure.
obviously I don't know, the man just, I feel like he just thinks something and just puts it out there,
All right.
which is the opposite of what you should.
All right. So,
But all right, we talked about Kanye versus Drake.
I'll move on to our
Let's
next
talk
topic.
about our favorite album, 2018. I'll
2018.
let you go first, Drew.
All right. So I got two albums. The first I'm gonna do a hip hop album and I'm doing R&B album. So my favorite hip hop album of 2018 has got to be Saba Care for Me. Like when I tell you like this album right here is the truth, like I cannot make this up, bro. Like so so I first heard Saba's like previous album. It was called Bucket List, and that was in like I think came out that in like 2017, all right. And that was like all right, but like I could hear the potential in them. And then when I heard that he came for a new project, I listened to that, and I was like, yo, like I was like, yo, like that's so much better than it's better than KOD. It's better than what else came out this year? Like yeah,
Nah, man, continue. We're not here to denigrate,
okay.
because if y'all viewers don't know, Drew is very anti-mainstream.
I'm not.
Whatever, I guarantee you, if Sava comes out with a top 5 Billboard hit next year,
Uh huh.
Sava will no longer be on this list. But we're not going to denigrate on other projects. We just state your favorite project.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah. I'll continue with the Sour Project, but like his lyricism and his storytelling was on another level. Like like it kind of reminded me of like the storytelling, kind of like on like Logic's Under Pressure back in 2014. It kind of reminded me of like that, like it's a real personal album, and that's what I prefer. Like I prefer albums that are personal, that are concept driven, and that have actual meaning. And when you listen to it, the whole album is essentially about his cousin Walter, and
I'm assuming Walter passed on.
yeah,
Uh,
Walter passed on, but like, yeah, but like throughout the album, they talk about him and Walter making his first album, and how his cousin was such a big influence on his life and becoming a musician, and then the story about how he died. And when you listen to it, you just like, yo, like you might tear up, like it's and
Powerful,
that's a great album.
powerful.
So if you ain't got a chance, go on Spotify, listen to Saba, Saba. You already know you, you're not gonna be disappointed. And then I'm gonna do my top R&B album of the year. Now I haven't heard The Dreams Menage a Trois because it's 40
Mm.
tracks. I didn't get to it,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
but for right now,
We love Dream, but nobody has
yeah,
time to listen
no,
to
no,
40 songs.
that runtime is 2 hours and 40 minutes. I ain't got time for that. But no, so favorite R&B album, definitely Georgia Smith, Lost and Found. I think you know what, man? Yo, shout out to Drake because I first heard about Georgia Smith on a Drake track. I think it was a More Life. I think I
Right,
saw.
I know it was. It was a Georgia. It was on two songs.
Yeah,
First one's called the Georgia Interlude, and
yeah, like
I mean, she's not really singing, but she
like
provides background
like
vocals.
that's where I first heard the name, and I listened to the album. I'm like, yo, like that girl, she can sing. I'm pretty sure she's from the UK, but
Yeah, she's from the
like
UK.
Sirens, Blue Light, Teenage Fever, like the whole thing. Like she just got a voice is powerful from top to bottom. I was like you could almost compare it to like SZA's album the year before. It's on par with that. It might even be better than that. Like
That's impressive.
Georgia Smith, you get a chance to listen to that. Those are my top two albums of 2018. What about you, me? What you got?
Um, that's good. Well, obviously I have a bias. So I did like the Drake project. I will say my main heart with the album was the fact that I felt like he had taken more time to kind of filter it down as opposed to posting filler. I think it would have been better. It would have been more favorably received critics. Like I said, I like side A primarily. I like that.
Uh huh.
I'm pretty sure the only two songs I like in side B are, "In My Feelings" goes without saying. That was like number one hit. Ratchet, Happy Birthday, and the song that he has with Michael Jackson. I think it's called "Doesn't Don't Matter to Me" or something. But that's because it's Mike, and I love Mike, so that's a given.
I disagree, but
Now,
that song was
I'm
sonically
saying I didn't say it
atrocious.
was the best. I didn't say it was the best, so relax, Drew.
I,
I didn't say it
I,
was the best.
yeah, I
I'm
didn't.
just saying that was in my top projects.
Was that Scorpion Man? When I fall
Yeah, school for
asleep,
me.
fall asleep. That's what it
Listen,
was.
man, you knew what March 14th was.
That's
I heard bumping your head to
that,
that. I heard you nodding.
that was the only good track on the album.
What?
That was
Oh, please.
March
Oh,
14th.
whatever, man.
That's the only track that had me. Then I heard March 14th. I was like, all right, he really rapping. I was like,
All right, whatever.
all right, continue,
All right,
continue.
man. Moving on. You hate Drake, man.
That's,
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Sava, come out with a top five hit next year. And Drew's gonna cut you off.
but
He's gonna cut you
you
off.
even listen to the South album, so
All
don't even frown, bro. That's
right, let
all
me
right.
continue.
Okay,
So, other than Scorpion, what other projects did I do? I enjoyed the Meek project.
true championship.
I'm actually impressed with championships. Drew, I know we always talk about. We think Meek's problem early on in his career was the fact that he put much of his strong content on mixtapes.
That's true.
Like I have to say, to me, Dream Chasers 2 was his best project, like my favorite project from Meek, I should say.
Okay.
And I'm kind of getting similar vibes listening to this the Championships album. So I go with Meek. What project did I enjoy this year? trying to think. Hmm, to Drake. he-
What I was saying, but like your favorite, your your number one of the year.
I mean, I didn't this year. I didn't have like nothing like really. I'm not saying I didn't like music, but you know, nothing really captivated me.
Gotcha.
Um, I'm just listening to my top five. I said Drake. And I said Meek. I'm gonna name one more. Uh, oh, well,
Cool.
I'm a Playboy Cardi fan, so I enjoyed the Dialect album that he put out.
Playboy Cardi
Now,
is garbage, bro.
Playboy Cardi
It's
is by no
garbage.
means
It's
on the.
straight
Shut
garbage.
up, man. I don't care what
Oh
you
my
say.
god. Oh my
Playboy
god.
Cardi is not on the upper echelon of rap, but I enjoy his music, his songs. They're catchy, they're very melodic. So yeah, I go with that. That ends my favorite album of 20.
All right. Okay. All
And
right.
so the next thing we should talk about is what are your top albums to look out for 2019?
2019. I mean,
Oh, I forgot. Going back because we got to mention Cole. Uh, I like Cole's album that he came up with.
what?
Like I said,
Oh, KOD.
uh, KOD. I enjoy KOD.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not anything that I'm gonna go back and listen to like
That was
as
solid.
much as like Born Sinner or uh 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but I enjoyed it.
I,
So
I,
all right,
I'm a
so going back
definitely
to
a
top
J
albums of
Cole fan, but
2019.
we gonna talk about Cole on another podcast. We gonna talk about this man on another podcast. But yeah,
Uh,
okay. All right. See.
Top albums to look up for in 2019.
To be
I'll
honest
let
though, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like based off of this year, like I mean, cause we got a Drake and Lil Wayne joint project. I mean, because I heard the Carter Five. It was okay. It was okay, but it sounded dated. It sounded like it was made in like 2012 or something like that. So
Yeah, obviously, yeah, a couple songs that he on the album, kind of,
so,
yeah, they do sound kind of, dated. But in my opinion, I think that I think he's actually gonna come out with stronger content for this year because whatever project he decides to put out, I feel like you know being in the lawsuit with Birdman was kind of exhausting
uh huh.
creatively. So I think he just it's a decent album, but I feel like it may have not have been to par with his
Like,
previous work because of the fact that
mm-hmm.
it's coming out after years of litigation with Birdman, and
Uh huh.
he just fans were anxious. Wayne was anxious himself. I think he was anxious to put it out there just to kind of I mean, Wayne is a legend, but you know his output has kind of diminished over the years. So I feel like he just wanted to put that out there
I just
as soon as possible to kind of keep rally his fan base.
I
So
just
I
feel like
think now that
uh,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I feel like Dwayne's style is just like even if you put him on like a 2019 beat, like, I just feel like the way he raps, it just sounds dated, it sounds old. I mean, but if it's a joint project with Drake, there's gonna be a hit on that. I tell you that. It's bound to be hits.
Listen, Wayne. I don't think Wayne will ever sound dated because of the fact that he kind of birthed this generation of whatever you want to call it, SoundCloud rap, mumble rap,
Wayne, no, he didn't.
whatever.
No,
He
he
did.
didn't.
He did. He
Wayne,
did.
no,
Yeah, I
because
would go.
that was like that was like the drill wave with Chief Keef. You got Bobby Smurder and Fetty
Yeah, but
Wap. Like
yeah, but again, who influenced Chief Keef? You could see Wayne in there. I could argue you could see Wayne in there.
drill
Basically
music
with the
though.
way people play with their voices, like Lil Uzi. I mean, Young Thug. He's kind of one of the hottest artists out there right now. Like that's Lil Wayne. So he says himself, Wayne was his idol. If you look at Uzi, like when it comes to music, it says because remember Wayne was very melodic uh, when he came out. As far as he didn't sing ballads, but kind of what you see today's rappers doing, kind of playing around with their vocals. He kind of I feel like he was one of the originators.
Uh huh.
So I feel like he's always gonna. Now, is it gonna be good or up to the quality that up to the standard that we kind of hold him to?
I don't think so.
Nah, it's not. But I don't think he had any trouble sounding current because I feel like whatever rap is popular right now is an offshoot of his creativity, in my opinion.
All right.
But
Okay. All right. Next album. Chance the Rapper. He's trying to come
yeah,
out with
Trance is
something.
dropping.
What do you think about that?
Um, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm the biggest Chance fan because I'm not really that familiar. I mean, most of the content I'm familiar with came off three, and I didn't like every single three. But I am a fan. I'm not a
Okay.
diehard fan, but I am a fan, and I've heard snippets of him. I thought he was gonna release music this year, but I don't know if you noticed, but on the tail end of 2017, at the beginning of 2018, they released certain snippets of him, working with artists like
Did he?
Kanye, of course,
Okay.
and Future. Those sounded good, so I am anticipating it. So
I
yeah,
feel like I'm gonna keep it simple. Eh, eh, His project. If it sounds like Acid Rapper 10 Day, it's gonna be fire. If it sounds like Chance 3, I don't want to listen to it. Sounds simple as that.
uh,
Yeah, you could debate me on this, but Acid Rap, it was way better than Chance 3. And if you disagree, go back and listen.
all right.
Who else?
You see, there's a common theme going on. Once these guys get met, the content, Drew jumps off the bandwagon.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm just telling you what's up. Like,
Saiva, I'm telling you, wait till you go platinum next year.
all
Not even
right,
platinum.
all
Wait till
right,
you go gold.
all right, okay, all right, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, you have to understand that when people make music, that some of their best music comes out when they're beginning because they're in a struggle and they got the most things to talk about. Once you're in the game for a few years and you already told all these stories, your music is uninspired and it's not gonna be
I
as good.
I disagree. I think Jay Z's a prime example of that. He's kind of evolved. I mean, I feel like artists should be given room to evolve
I mean,
and talk
I,
about
I mean,
different
I
stuff.
mean, I mean, yeah, you gotta take time to evolve and know who you are and adapt. But
Right.
Jay Z might be an exception to that. He might be an exception. But
Yeah.
a lot of rappers fall off.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, that's my opinion. But yeah, I agree with you. But at the same time, if it's whack, it's whack. If it's good, it's good. Um, so let's see what Chance puts out in
Okay, we'll wait and
2019.
see. Then we got Cole coming out. I think on the last what track of KOD, it was like at the beginning of the end or some title like that where he was gonna where he hinted at a new project and then he released a single. Personally, because I'm a huge J Cole fan. It's Cole. Cole is very simple, man. Like if we compare to KOD, if his new album is gonna be like the second half of KOD, the joint he coming out in 2019 is gonna be fire. If it's like the first half of KOD, don't even tell me about it. I don't even want to listen to it. Simple as that. That's that,
Yeah, man.
that's how I conclude Cole for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked Cole's project last year. It wasn't. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed previous work, but it's Cole. Cole was never gonna drop a whack project, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I listen to it when he puts it out, and we'll go from there.
All right. Who next?
The next one I want to list is for me, it's selfish mention as Playboy Cardi. Like I said, Playboy's not the lyrical guy. I listen to Playboy, when I want to hype myself up, or if I'm chilling with the homies, or or capping. But I'm interested in that project. Drew, what are your thoughts?
It's what was this head on my block humiliate record or something dumb like that.
That was Magnolia. That came out in
Magnolia.
2017.
Yeah, man. I don't care about Playboy Cardi, man. I don't care about this, man.
All right. Next list. Next name is Kanye.
All right. Oh, what about Joey?
Oh, I forgot about Joey. Sorry. Joey Badass.
Joey
I'll start off.
Badass.
Let me go first. I'm always like Joey Badass. I'm waiting to hear what he has to say. I'll listen.
Yeah, I don't. Joe to me,
Anything you want to add?
Joey Badass. Like I don't know. He's one of those cases where like his early stuff like Summer Nights 1999, like those are straight fire. But then like the two projects he had after that was just like it was okay. So I'm curious to see what he does next, but I'm not really too super excited about it. I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm not trying to get myself too hyped. What we got next?
Copy.
Let's see, Kanye.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm not interested to hear what he has to say about political social issues, but his musical greatness can't be denied, and I will be listening to a Kanye project in 2019.
I'll listen to his
I don't
project.
know if it's gonna be good or not, but I will listen to it.
I don't know. I haven't been a fan of his past honestly his past few projects. I really haven't been a fan. But there's always one song with like a really good production, like Ultra Light Beams or whatever the album that was. Like there's always
If I
that
just
one.
stretch my hands,
Yeah,
part one with Kid Cudi.
there's always that one song that I really like from Kanye. So I mean, if he gives me that one song from the album, I'll be satisfied.
Yeah. Like I said early in the podcast, I think the only project that I disliked wholeheartedly Kanye was Jesus, and the last project he put out, what was it? Oh, I think it was just called Yay. Yeah, that was the name of it. Yay.
Yeah,
It was decent to me. I like No Mistakes and I like Yikes. Um, but again, my gripe with it was seven tracks, and if you're gonna put an album with seven tracks, um, the margin, your margin for error or
right.
your creative leeway, I think is
Mm,
more sensitive
right.
because you have to make sure, like, it has to be from top to bottom a very cohesive project.
like for me, that album and I don't know. I enjoyed the production on it. I was just like, kind of just having fun. I'm not gonna take it too seriously, but for what it was to me,
Right,
it was
right,
alright. I didn't. I listened to it and I just kind of moved on.
right.
And then last we got Nas coming out on with a new project. We'll see because didn't Kanye produce Nas's last project?
Yeah, kind of supposedly produced.
That project was a flop. The only good song on there was Adam and Eve. All the other songs were trash. So
Yeah, um, yeah. Nas, if you look at Nas's career, he's never worked with one producer for the majority of a project. Um, he's always worked with multiple producers, and that's one of the reasons why Nas is kind of an icon because he kind of early in the rap, guys would just it was just one rapper, one producer, no features, and boom, that's it. He kind of changed the game by, or it was a great producer who had a tandem of rappers, Wu Tang Clan, but he kind of changed the trend from rapper to one producer to rapper and multiple producers, and Jay kind of carried that formula too. So I don't think a Nas album is by one producer. He's never done that, and I think that's part of the reason why I didn't enjoy this album as much.
you think so?
Not only has he never done it, but I don't think him and Kanye have they don't have that much chemistry. Kanye and Jay have chemistry for sure, and that's basically because of the fact that Kanye started off as a producer at Rock. So I expect them to have more chemistry. But Kanye, Nas, but Nas is Nas. Nas is always
Uh
spitting
huh.
some lyrical, poetic, you know, rap. And he's the god. So uh, whatever he puts out, I'm gonna listen to it, and I think it'll actually be better. Because I don't know if you knew this, but I believe Nas has fulfilled his contract with Def Jam Recordings,
He still had
and
a contract.
yeah, Yeah, he had a contract with Def Jam. He's been in there since '06, I think,
Okay.
when Jay was president. But I think he's been looking because Nas is invested into a company called Mass Appeal. Uh, and Mass Appeal, it's like a media franchise for short, and it has its own record label.
Okay.
And he signed guys like Dave East to that label, and I think what's his name,
Really.
Killer Mike. So I
Really.
think
Hmm.
I think Nas, I think that album he put out with was just to fulfill his contractual obligations. And now that he's fulfilled that, I think he'll put in more time
We'll make something
in his
decent.
next project and make something more decent. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay.
All right.
Moving along. What's our next topic?
All right. So next thing we should talk about is the Grammys. So basically, I hear this every single year, whether it's the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever. People feel like the Grammys, those type of outlets, do not respect black art
They don't.
as they should, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
But my and the question is, should we watch the Grammys? I guess I'll go first since I already talked about it. My main issue is okay, they don't respect black art. So my question is, why do we keep supporting the Grammys? Um, I mean, I'm not gonna berate anybody who you know who gets a Grammy and goes there and receives it,
Uh
like
huh.
like a Travis Scott or whomever. Cardi B, I'm not gonna care, but I'm not gonna say you're not for the culture if you go. But my main thing is every single year we say when Kanye drops a project, let's talk about Kanye because Kanye gonna tell you air his grievances out himself because that's Kanye. But when Beyonce drops a project, we'll say, "Oh, Beyonce should have won Album of the Year. This is a travesty. The Grammys don't respect black art." Or whether it's Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, uh, J. Cole, whoever you think of. People like us who are rap purists, maybe because yourself more on the purist side,
Yeah.
will say that all right, Macklemore should not win Album of the Year,
He shouldn't.
and
I was gonna bring that up. I was.
and I swear to God, every single time Eminem's name comes up in the ballot, people he gets Album of the Year, regardless.
Oh
Now I love M.
my.
M is
Oh
on my top
God.
5, but come on, we're calling a spade a spade.
I.
Yeah, every time somebody on the Grammy voting committee sees Eminem's name,
Yeah.
they automatically circle it.
I got a whole debate on Eminem because I don't even. To me,
All right, that's another debate,
that's another
but
debate.
those are the trends that we see. Those are what we see,
Uh huh.
and I just think we shouldn't watch the Grammys. I'm not gonna watch the Grammys. Even if Drake wins a Grammy, I'm not gonna watch. Cause I feel like you shouldn't try to get an audience who doesn't respect you. You know, I don't believe in pandering.
Uh huh.
Um, and I feel like if we want, I think instead of complaining about the Grammys doesn't do this or the Oscars, whoever it is, whatever outlet doesn't do enough for Black culture, why don't we support the outlets that are making a concerted effort to celebrate our culture? Like, why don't I see Kanye go to BET and rant? Or why don't I see? Obviously, I'm not gonna talk about Beyonce because Beyonce goes, she performed there. I'm not gonna talk about, guys like Kanye, who complain about the Gary doesn't respect my art. Go to BET, build that platform up
That's true.
to the point that,
I mean,
because in my opinion,
yeah.
and it's gonna be my last thought. In my opinion, the more that if you keep complaining but yet jumping at every opportunity to perform at these, at these venues, they are not going to take whatever you have to say seriously. And I understand the vanity of winning a Grammy,
Uh huh.
or an Oscar, but in my opinion, if you want progress to be made, then you I'm not saying boycott, but skip Rihanna, if you're Rihanna, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, whomever, skip that year's performance and go to BET. And I guarantee you, more awareness will be well, the BET Awards will receive more spotlight, and now that you've shown this power that you have, Granny's gonna give you a seat at the table, and now you can talk about real change on the voting process.
Okay, all right,
Uh,
let me say what I gotta say. Should we watch the Grammys? And the answer is no. But personally, like I don't even believe in watching like any of those like award shows or award ceremonies because most of the time, like like when you see the ballot or I guess who's voting, most of those people don't understand the culture. Like for example,
I
like
mean, if
like
you're keeping it a buck,
like
most of them I'm not trying to be racist. They're white
no,
executives
no,
who
no,
are
no.
not
I mean, no,
familiar.
no, it's not even racist. That's just what the audience is,
Yeah,
and how you kind of said before, like the Macklemore and the Kendrick Lamar like thing. What happened? Like you got some like Good Kid, Mad City is like an album that's a classic right there. Like
you could argue that's album of the decade. You can make an
you
argument.
you could really make the argument. You can't make the argument for Macklemore's album. So like after that happened, I'm just like, why should we watch or even support a platform that doesn't understand the culture? I'm like, I'm like you got most of the audience who's voting is just Caucasian. I mean, and the thing is, it's like, and it's kind of ties in with Eminem. Like if they see a
Bro, I
ballot,
kid you not. Every single year, most of the years this man has put out an album, it's been album of the year. Like I said, I'm not taking away anything from the skills. Some Shady is actually on my top five rappers.
he
Feel like
nowhere in my top
there's
five, but yeah.
I feel like there's very few artists that could rap on a song with Eminem.
Uh huh.
I can't even list a handful.
Oh,
But I, you know,
but but
call it spade a spade. Every album does not win album. of the year. Sorry,
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, like I was saying with the Grammys, I mean, you shouldn't watch it, and and
I can tell you that Marshall Mathers, what was it? Not Kamikaze, the
part two, yeah, it was trash.
part two. It was trash.
It was trash,
Yeah,
and and and
and I'm an M fan, and I'm saying it's trash.
and that's the problem with the audience because the Caucasian audience, like, you have to understand that they worship Eminem as like a rap god. I mean to a certain respect he is, but like if you ask someone like yo like a Caucasian person like oh like who's your favorite rapper, nine times out of ten they'll say Eminem, but they won't say people like Kendrick Lamar or somebody new that's up and coming. They won't say Cole. Like they automatically default to Eminem, and I mean you can't blame them. Like what you like is partly determined by if someone looks like you or if you can relate to them. And when you consider the audience of the Grammys, it's like why even there? It's like you don't need to be accepted by them to prove that your album is great. Like your
Right,
album is
right,
great,
right,
so there's no
right.
just no.
My thing is, like I said, in life, in my opinion, the best way to live a simple drama-free life is one. In my opinion, I feel like people kind of go wrong with is never. Why keep trying to gain acceptance from people who obviously it doesn't matter what they say based on their behavior? Why try to seek acceptance or garner approval from people who don't approve of you or celebrate you?
Uh
So,
huh.
in my opinion, just go to outlets that respect the culture.
I agree. I agree.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, what's
anything
next?
to add, or anything we should move to the next
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
one? All right. So, next thing is, well, we're
We're,
gonna talk about Jay Z. You want to talk about Jay Z or?
I'm not a huge Jay Z fan. I respect him, but I'm not a huge Jay Z fan. But I mean, if you want to talk about it briefly, you can.
All right. All right. So basically, for those who've heard the Meat album, you've heard Jay's verse on "What's Free," and I have to say, um, listen, Jay. Guys, how you feel about Jay? He's a legend, and I don't think there's ever been a rapper that has been able to maintain his relevance or stay hot for basically almost his whole entire career. I mean, the man has been in the game. He released his first studio album in 1996. That's about 23 years now, and every since then he's been at the forefront of rap music. So I mean, my question I'm gonna ask you is, where does Jay Z rank on your on list
No, my,
or Rap Rushmore?
on my route. Uh, that's not. I mean, that's a tough question because like I've heard, but like I'm not the hugest Jay Z fan. Like I can respect him, well, I'm not the huge I'm not the huge fan of him. So I can't really rate him unless I go back and listen to all his things. Like commercially, like he's a big success, but like if I'm just talking about lyricists, like Nas bodied this man on Ether. Of course Jay Z recovered, but Nas bodied this man. Like Jay Z, he's a great rapper in my opinion, but like he's not I wouldn't put him as like a top lyricist like over Nas or somebody like that. So I mean, I can't really rate him. I don't know. What about you?
I mean, I would say Nas won the battle, um, but there's a thing about winning a battle and war.
Okay,
Nas
fair. That's fair.
Nas won the battle, but I think overall, I think
Jay
Jay
Z won the
Z has
war.
a
Hmm.
he has a greater, and war may be too strong because they're boys now, but I feel like Jay had the greater career, meaning that that's another debate, but basically, again, I may be biased, but that's okay. Uh, Being from New York and listening to all of Jay's projects, I think Jay is definitely in the top three, uh,
Hmm.
and possibly number one because of the fact that he's been relevant for so long, and it doesn't seem like his his output diminishes with time. I like just make an analogy with sports. You know, Now it doesn't matter if it's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James. It's a known fact that you know athletes performance diminishes with age. Um,
That does.
you can't be on top forever, and eventually you're gonna have eventually those legends kind of you know
Yeah,
fade to
you kind
black,
of fade
and then
away.
the next generation takes over after a while. Like Jordan was the guy for a while. Then you could say Kobe was the guy after that,
He was.
and now it's LeBron. And and LeBron, now that we see LeBron entering his twilight years, now everybody's focused on the next person. Like whether you think it's KD,
On to the next.
Giannis,
Yeah.
or or,
But you could argue that. But that's sports. Like that's based on your physical health, though.
right.
Rap is just your intellect talent. I mean, your intellectual talent isn't gonna go down to you like 80. So
Well, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but what I'm saying is that yeah, your intellect doesn't go down. Rap music. I'm gonna talk about rap music in particular. It just seems like a lot of guys aren't able to. I don't know anybody else who's achieved this level of fame and able to sustain this level of fame for that time. You,
besides,
you understand what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay,
You could also argue it's because of the stuff Jay Z does outside of music.
okay.
His business,
He
his
does.
business,
He has
his
like
business
title
pursuits,
or whatever. Uh huh.
and he's married to Beyonce, so that's a cap. So we're gonna talk about him some way somehow. But I don't know anybody who's been able. I'm gonna let you know, regardless of all that, when Jay drops a project, I'm listening, and I still enjoy the music. Like 444, I really enjoyed that project when it came
Hmm.
out. So, in my opinion, he's in the top. He's in the top three. I may even go as number one for now, even though my list changed. But he's definitely in the top three.
Okay.
All right, and You know what? Let's skip this question if we want to the next.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the end of our music section. We're gonna move on to the sports section. Okay.
All right. So let's talk about basketball. Uh, who's in your top five for MVP voting? MVP voting.
MVP voting. I mean, let me see. Like obviously, like Giannis, AD, like they're both performing really well. Who else is? I mean Harden always doing what he's doing. So I mean, didn't Harden win last year? So
Yeah, he won last
yeah,
year.
yeah, Harden doing what he's doing, and then there's LeBron. But like
LeBron can win MVP every year if you want to keep it blood.
my thing is if we're gonna give MVP to somebody, I think like the main argument they try to make in basketball is just try to give it to someone who hasn't gotten it before. I think when you have that debate, I think that's what you try to strive to, because otherwise LeBron should win it every time. There doesn't even need to be a top five list because LeBron's gonna win it. This man has been the best player for the last like 5 years, and you can't debate that.
I mean, you see what's happening in Cleveland right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like they
You
went
see what's happening in Cleveland.
they went from being one of the best teams in the East to like one of the worst teams. Actually, no, they're probably the worst team in the East. So, I mean, LeBron's greatness can't even be like you can't even talk about him as like a leader or nothing like that. So I'm not. So I'm gonna say it. I don't really have anything like solid yet. So still need to see the rest of the season. But I'm gonna give it to some. I'm gonna give it to like 80. I'm gonna give it to him.
All right. All right. You have anything to add or?
Nah, that's all. That's all.
Uh, my top five for MVP voting is I'm gonna list the names. I'm not ranking them in either order, in any order I should say.
Okay.
Um, of course I'm gonna go with LeBron because he's LeBron, and it's like you said. Like he could win it every year. And I just feel like because we're so accustomed to seeing his greatness that we kind of take it for granted. Meaning that, when LeBron averages 20, 28, 8, and 9, shooting above, 55%, and the man is shooting, 38% from three, we'll be like, oh, he's LeBron. Like, it's nothing new. Like, this is LeBron. This is what we always do. But I guarantee you, if it was somebody else doing that, number one, that would be the best year of their career,
It would.
and they will win.
Uh huh.
But so I go with LeBron. Giannis, like Giannis is balling right now.
Oh,
And the crazy thing about it is
uh,
that we live in an age where it's all about spacing and shooting the three.
that's true.
But this guy is just number one. I think he's averaging close to 26 points, or between 26
Okay.
27 points per game, dominating, and he's shooting 10% from three.
Let me.
Like this guy is like kind of like a baby Shaq. Like he's dominating the paint. Like anybody put on him is barbecue chicken. So,
Barbecue chicken. Oh, yo.
and you heard what Shaq said. Shaq said Giannis is the new Superman. He gave him
Really?
that
He gave him.
title.
Oh.
He gave him that title.
Okay.
He gave him that title.
Yeah. Not.
And that's remember Shaq doesn't readily give that title because remember when Dwight Howard was,
Oh yeah.
you know
Dwight Howard garbage.
right
Man.
right before Dwight Howard has had missed games because of what is it, butt soreness.
Oh.
I'm not gonna elaborate on that, but you've heard the rumors if
Yo.
you're if you're following.
It all makes
But
sense now. Yeah.
you know before that he was kind of the prototypical big man, and Shaq refused to give him that title.
No, the Bucks are definitely doing their thing though.
Right,
They're,
right.
they're
And
first in the
Giannis
East right
is
now. That's crazy.
and they don't shoot threes like Golden State or Houston.
Hmm.
It's just Giannis dominating and passing it to the open shooter or whatever.
All right.
So I put him there. Steph Curry's averaging a career high right now, but I think it's because of the fact that he plays for the Warriors and they have another guy, another badman named KD. That
Nah, man. You know what I learned when Steph Curry got injured.
What?
The Warriors need Steph Curry to win. They need him. Like like
Oh,
like
I
like
agree
like
with you.
I didn't think his presence was that much. I was like, oh, KD's enough. KD is not enough. Steph Curry is the most valuable player on our team. That was clear when he got injured and he was out for like a few weeks. That's clear.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I
nah,
agree with you.
he definitely
In my
deserves that
opinion,
recognition.
I'm not saying, in my opinion, I'm not saying Steph is better than KD, but I feel like he's the most important part
He is.
or
He
piece of
is.
the puzzle.
He is.
And if he's not there,
Mhm.
they go from statistics has shown they go from being an elite team to a average team. To be
They
honest with
they
you,
do.
so he's averaging a career year in all categories, and that's impressive considering, he's playing with KD, all the other stars like Clay and Draymond.
Uh huh.
But I don't think his name gets brought up because he's been injured for a good part of the season.
That's true.
All right, what's that? That's LeBron, Giannis, I said Curry, Harden. I have to put his name. The guy's averaging close to 40 points per game over I think the last 10 or 15. We haven't seen anybody do that since the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan. So he's a great scorer.
He is a great scorer,
He's definitely.
is he an MVP of the team though? Like is he like MVP though?
I don't think
Like
he's gonna win it
like
this year
like how
because of the fact that they got off to a slow start.
like they did.
And
Let's see what are records right now?
but I mean, let's give him more time.
Oh, they're
Give him
fourth in the
more
West.
time.
They're fourth in the West right
The
now.
fourth in the West. They've kind of
Okay,
righted the ship.
okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we okay.
And lastly, I'm gonna put AD because AD's AD. He's
Uh-huh.
the brow. Uh, I want him to leave New Orleans. I really really do because he's never gonna get the fame and attention that he deserves as a talent because he's playing in New Orleans. But again, we can't make excuses for him. I mean, Giannis is doing what he's doing, and he plays in Milwaukee. I don't know anybody trying to go to Milwaukee. I'm definitely not. I'd rather go to Chicago, and Chicago got guns
Who's
and stuff.
who in
So
Chicago? What?
no, I'm just saying I'd rather live in Chicago than
Oh,
Milwaukee.
oh, I'm about to say, I'm like,
Yeah,
Chicago.
downtown Chicago, downtown
Not
Chicago.
not
You
South
ain't going
Side,
to the
not
you ain't
South
going to the
Side.
South Side. Nah,
He definitely
nah,
wasn't. It's not there.
nah, nah, nah,
Someone asked me to come to Chicago. I'm like,
nah, nah.
all
Chief
right,
Keef stood there. I'm not Chief Keef. 6ix9ine stood there for like 5 minutes. You would
that
have
man,
catch me out there for 30 seconds.
that man went there at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Nah, I'm saying even then I'd be scared to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So, but that's my top five. So let's discuss the next item on our list.
That's
Who do you think is the most improved player
most improved player
in
now.
2019?
Now you're gonna have to help me on this, Mitch, because I haven't been following this season as much as I should have. But
Well,
the most improved. Let's see. I mean, we got a lot of cats doing well. I know Lonzo improved his shot and he's doing better. That also might be the LeBron effect. I mean, Kuzma, he's always doing his thing.
Kuzma's definitely made strides.
Let me see, but like, all right, so like last year, Oladipo was like easily the most improved player. But
Easy, yeah.
but is there anyone to that extent this year? Like, I feel like there's not.
I do.
Who?
In my opinion, De'Aaron Fox. I think he's improved the most, and I think he's gonna win the
But
most improving player award in
but has
2019.
he made that much of a difference on the Kings though?
Yep.
Like,
Well,
maybe I need to watch
that
their games, but
let me see their record.
wait,
I mean, he plays first of all, he plays in Sacramento, so
hold
that's probably
on.
why you haven't heard much of
Okay, I
it.
could look
Because
up. The Kings are ninth in the West. They're 19 and 18.
yeah, that's a big improvement from last year
True.
by
Okay, true.
far.
True. True.
Uh, I gotta go with De'Aaron Fox. Like I said, I'm not saying. I mean, guys like Ben Simmons and who else? Shoot, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. They're still doing their thing. They're still playing well. but I don't think they've improved their game that much. Like Ben Simmons, for example.
Uh,
Ben Simmons, I
that
can't.
Ben Simmons,
Ben Simmons,
that man can't shoot,
I don't know if he can't shoot or he's afraid to
nah,
shoot,
that
but
man can't shoot.
this
He
man
after he
he
got
refuses to shoot a basket
mm,
outside of 15
like
feet.
after that man got exposed in the playoffs last year, he should have went to the gym and learn how to shoot. But now he was messing with a who? Kendall Jenner, Kardashian. I don't even know who, but whoever he was
Kendall
messing,
Jenner.
whoever he was messing with, what he should have been doing
Now,
is took himself to the
let the
gym.
record show. Let the record show that he left. He was going out with Tinashe, and I still feel the way about that. I love Tinashe. I don't know. Tinashe, I feel like that was better for him than Kendall, whatever, Jenner, Kardashian, whatever. They're all
Uh-huh.
Kardashians to me. But yeah. But continue.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And who else like Tatum and the Celtics boys.
Yeah, Tatum played well during the regular season last year. I think he broke out during the playoffs. You know,
I think it,
he kind of carried the load when Kyrie got hurt.
I feel like just because Hayward's back, they just they're trying to find their sync. They just need everyone just needs to find their own role again because
Right, right,
when Hayward wasn't there, like that's a huge role that you got to fill, and him and Brown stepped up to like you know what I mean.
right.
So
Brown has regrets this year, um, significantly. Uh,
okay,
who else?
uh,
Lonzo made strides, but again, he was drafted number two over Tatum, Mitchell, all these other Smith, uh, De'Aaron Fox, all these guys are coming into their own right now. It could be superstars in the future. You were drafted number two, and I got to see more from you. You know, and I blame it on his dad for the most part, but it is what it is.
okay,
I feel like he got to step. He improved slightly. He made some great strides, but I got to see some. I got to see more.
got you.
Um, right. But I'm gonna go with De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox,
De'Aaron Fox. I think he's improved statistically speaking. I think in his rookie season, let me see what his average is.
man, let me check this. I might have to add him on my fantasy if you're saying
Oh,
he's
he's
doing that
balling.
good.
He's balling.
Shit, let me check my
He
fantasy real
averaged
fast.
he averaged 11.6 points per game, 4 assists, uh, 2.8 rebounds, and
Yo,
his
his
shooting percentages was 41%.
his
Shot
numbers are crazy.
31% from three, and he shoots 72% from the free throw line.
His numbers are really crazy.
That's why I'm picking him as the
Wow, you
favorite.
know what? I actually might agree because I had him last year in my fantasy and he was trash.
Yeah,
Wow.
he improved a lot.
Yeah,
18
man.
points. That's about
Swipe the
7 points
Bucks.
per game higher. He's shooting about 7% higher. Shooting 38.7% from three, and that's a big thing because when he came out of college, the big question mark
It
between him
was,
and Lonzo.
was
I mean, this was when we thought Lonzo had a shot, mind you.
yeah, yeah.
People thought that people had Lonzo higher on the draft
Yeah,
board because
because they know
you know
just Darren
we
shooting.
thought he could shoot.
Yeah,
We thought he could shoot,
yeah. That's
but
a lot of people like. Does he have a shot? 'Cause I don't think De'Aaron
yeah,
Fox had a jump shot. Yes, I don't think he did.
yeah. I mean, that was the biggest question mark. I like it. His jump shot was definitely way prettier than Lonzo. But again, it's not about if it's pretty; it's about if you can make it. And in
Just
college, Lonzo was making it,
he was.
but
And I don't know what happened.
and the pros, I mean, partly because the game is faster,
The game is faster.
and you're not gonna have time to like whatever that corkscrew motion was. You don't have time to. You gotta release it quicker.
Yes.
But right now, De'Aaron Fox, if you bet on De'Aaron Fox before to be the better player, you're looking good right now. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Man's averaging 18 points, about 7.7 and a half assists, shooting 39% from three. I feel like he's improved the most. Team is doing pretty well. They got a shot to make the playoffs. So I'll go with De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. All right, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next subject under basketball. Now playoffs is you got some time to the playoffs, but who do you think is gonna make the Eastern Western Conference?
Conference. Just the like the finals.
Yeah, for the
Um,
East and the West.
the finals. Let's see. All right, so the East. I really like the Sixers, but I really do. But if we're
Who's
talking
gonna
about,
make it? We're saying who's gonna make it.
are we talking about the finals or the whole conference?
The conference finals. Who's gonna make it to the conference finals?
Yeah, the conference finals. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm saying I like the Sixers, and I want them to make it to the conference finals. But I think the Raptors and the Celtics are gonna be in the finals. It's like, have you seen what Kawhi has been doing with the Raptors, man? It's just like
Oh, and that's another name that I'll give him an honorable mention in our. I mean, we gotta say it because you know, I have to do him justice. But
mm-hmm.
Kawhi is balling.
And of course,
Kawhi
I
is
mean, he could
balling.
always ball. He was just hurt last year. He could always
So
ball.
the question was he gonna come back from injury the same the guy? And the other question was, you
Mm,
know, obviously Kawhi when he came into the league, he didn't come to the status of a LeBron and a Durant. Or
he didn't.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of the next or AD. Um, he wasn't drafted that high. He was drafted high, but not in the top three. Came in as like seven, probably I think 17th, top of the head. Kind
Uh
of
huh.
like later. I don't even think he was a lottery pick. Kind of right after the lottery. He kind of developed to
To
who
what
he
he
is
is
today.
now.
And people were, including his contemporaries, they questioned whether his performance now was a testament to his personal development and growth, or was he a product of Greg Popovich's system? And
That's hard.
there's certain guys
It's hard
that
debate. Uh huh.
there's certain guys that are gonna be great no matter where they go.
That's true.
LeBron is one.
Of course.
KD is another.
Of course, KD.
I think AD is on that list.
Yeah.
Giannis, Curry.
Curry.
Uh,
Curry.
no, I listen. He is the system in Golden State.
He is the system, but like I feel like you need to put that same system everywhere for him to be most efficient.
I think he's a system. The way that Golden State plays, yes, Curry's a great coach. I give him credit for instilling ball movement into their offense when he got hired. But as Six has shown, part of the reason why guys have so much space is the fact that Curry is a threat to pull up from half court.
He is,
Wherever he goes, you have to guard him,
or he's gonna make it.
and not just you know guard him tightly. You got to double team him. It may sound ironic because he's not a big dude, but remember, Curry is the first player I've seen just. I'm talking about off the dribble because there's been great shooters like Ray Allen and Reggie,
Reggie
but
Miller.
he's the guy that
He can pull up from anywhere.
he
He
can
really
pull
can.
from anywhere, and he's kind of I call him a mix between Ray Allen and Allen Iverson. He has similar handles to Allen Iverson. He can cross you up from three for the half court line. Like he's a walking bucket wherever he goes, and that's why guys like Clay have their space and Draymond. Now, I'm gonna say Draymond, right? Draymond is shooting horrible right now
Okay.
from three, but part of the reason why his shooting's been terrible is I guarantee you this season he's shooting over 30% or 35% when Curry's on the floor. When Curry's not on the floor, I'm interested in knowing what his percentages are because I think they plummet.
But here's what I think about the Warriors. And after I say this, we're gonna get back to the conference question. The thing about the Warriors is whatever you see in the regular season, it doesn't matter. Because whether no matter how they do, they're not gonna try until they get to the playoffs. And now who's gonna be in the Western Conference Finals? It's gonna be Golden State, and I want to say I really do like the Lakers. I really do, but I feel like I don't know. Actually, no. I'm gonna say the Lakers. I'm gonna say the Lakers. I
All right.
I think
And,
LeBron could do it.
uh,
I think he could
who do
really
you
do
think
it.
will win both conferences?
I really need to see where the Celtics go because if the Celtics get their cog running and they do figure it out, if they can beat the Raptors because I feel like the Celtics have a better bench than the Raptors. But if they
All right.
don't, then the Raptors are gonna win. So that's 50-50. So you gotta wait. But as for the West, uh, it's hard. But I'm gonna say the Lakers. I don't think this is Golden State's year. Like I feel like if LeBron has a squad of dudes who can try to put up a fight against the Warriors, they have a shot at winning. I think that's ultimately what it is because the problem with the Cavs was just they all suck and they was all old like no one could really hang with them and if you can't hang with the Warriors offense you're gonna get destroyed.
I agree. People say that what's the difference between the Lakers team this year and the Cavs team from last year because of the fact that LeBron is playing all these minutes or whatever.
Uh huh.
But the biggest difference is that on this Lakers team, LeBron doesn't have to bring the ball up all the time. If you notice the way LeBron plays, LeBron is at his best when he can take breaks within the game. Meaning that you know, I mean, when he was in Cleveland, he had Kyrie. So when he had Kyrie, you know, he didn't have to dribble the ball up and down the court. He could say, "All right, I need to take a break
Right.
or a kind of a mini break and kind of
Uh huh.
get myself ready." So I'm gonna give the ball to you, Kyrie, and
And you gotta do something in your
take
score.
some pressure off of me. So now that they're guarding me, you can take some of the scoring load off, and you know he'll get enough rest within the game
Uh
and
huh.
come back strong within the fourth quarter and be LeBron and be on. Uh, and he couldn't do that last year because he was
Yeah,
only. I mean, who
that
you
man
want?
played the
You want
whole
Jr.
game. He played the whole first game.
Let me ask you a question.
They didn't even take him out.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
You want J.R. Smith? Who's the next best handler? J.R. Smith? You want J.R. Smith handling the rock?
I don't want
I don't think so. So
no, never.
so I think on this team he can let Rondo
Rondo
handle the rock,
could. Lonzo could.
Lonzo, Ingram, even
As well.
Lance, a bunch of guys.
Like
So,
you guys that can do something. Just
right, right, right. All
nobody in the cast could do anything. I mean, maybe
right, right.
sometimes Kevin Love.
Nah, never. No.
All right.
I, li-
So real quick. All right. Eastern and Western Conference Finals. What teams you got and who's gonna win?
I got same as you. I got Toronto and Boston making it. And on the eastern side, on the western side, I'm gonna go with Golden State, and I mean, it's may raise some eyebrows, but I'm going with the Lakers. Uh, for the simple fact that I do not think there is a team that can beat LeBron James in a 7 game series when he
And
has
I agree.
adequate help. I really don't.
I agree.
Uh, yeah, I think they'll make it. So in terms of as far as winning, and like I said, this is early. We can change this list. This list is subject to change later. But right now, the way things are, I go with the Raptors to win the East because the Raptors in both games where Kawhi and Lowry are both healthy, I think they only have 1 or 2 losses total this season. So and I didn't think Kawhi would make that big of a difference, but you can see the difference when he's on the court compared to the other guys. I mean,
With
honestly,
DeRozan.
yeah, I think we have the potential to see him have an effect on the East similar to what LeBron had, to just go in there every year. He has a chance.
I mean, but
So
they also fired Dwayne Casey though. So I mean, they did get a whole new coaching
they
staff.
did got a new coach, but still, like,
Uh
look what
huh.
they're doing right now. So on the Western side, I'm gonna go with Golden State, because Golden State has proven that when playoff time comes around, they can lock in and become a totally different, unstoppable team on both ends of the court. But I do think that this series that you see them play against LeBron will be way different than it was last year. Like I said, LeBron only needs. I always say he only needs one. He only needs a couple guys who can who are
You could just make it
creative,
work. Yeah.
and maybe he'll find a way to make it work. But I feel like this team right now is too young, and they have to have a shot. But I think because of their youth and the fact that I would like to see one more star join LeBron
On the team.
on the
Okay.
team, I'm gonna go Golden State.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
All
Move
right.
on to the next question. What do you want to
And
go to?
who you think that who do I think will make the finals?
I mean, it's a little bit too early to
That's the
tell
next
right now.
question.
It's a little bit too early to tell who make the
Uh,
finals.
it's early, but I'm gonna go with Golden State and Toronto.
Like here's my thing. Like let's say Golden State went to the finals.
Uh,
I think the only team that has the capacity to go toe to toe with them is the Celtics. I don't think the Raptors has. I don't think their bench is deep enough to go toe to toe 7 games with the Warriors. But I feel like the
I
Celtics could do it.
I disagree. Um, like I said, the Raptors already beaten the Warriors twice already. I don't know if the season series
It's
is
regular
over,
season games, man. It don't matter.
but listen, the first game you can make an excuse because Curry was hurt, and Durant versus Leonard is always a good battle. But the Raptors played the Warriors without Kawhi Leonard. And the Warriors had everybody. Warriors had Steph, Warriors had Clay, Warriors had Kevin, Draymond, all those cats.
I mean,
And the, and
but that's one time during the
and the
regular
Warriors
season.
blew them out without Kawhi.
That's one time during the regular season. All right, but can you do that 3 more times? I don't think so. I
Um,
don't think the Raptors could do it. I don't
I
know.
mean, on paper, Boston, yeah, I agree with you though.
I'm,
On paper, Boston is the team most
could,
equipped to go toe to toe with them. But again, having having being great on paper and actual team chemistry is different. Because the problem with the Warriors is that not just the fact they have all these great individual talents on one roster. It's the fact that they have these talents and they're able to play cohesively and feed off of each other. Like I said, that they do have these guys, but that they're running plays, they're sharing the ball. Any given time, Durant can go off, Curry can go off. Not only can one of them go off, they can go off at the same time. And when that happens,
can't
I
win.
mean, very seldom do they lose. Exactly. Boston problem is they have yet to show
Yeah, like,
that type of
if,
chemistry in my eyes.
but if they did, I feel like they had it last year. They had it. I don't know where it went, but they definitely had
Nah,
it last
I
year.
don't think so. Last year, Kyrie was kind of carrying a load. He got hurt. Then other guys proceeded to step up.
You really think so? I
That's
feel
what
like Tatum
I
and
think. That's what
Brown,
happened.
they were doing good the whole season.
They did good, but their level sky. I'm saying their level
Shoot,
skyrocketed.
and then
I mean, you were saying we're having this conversation based off what they did in the playoffs.
yeah, and then you got Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. He stepped up too.
They
Like,
did,
like
but again,
it was
that
mean.
was while Kyrie and Hayward were hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you can get that level of chemistry back, which I feel like if they still got half a season to do it, but they do. I'm putting the Celtics in there, but we'll see.
I agree. I agree. So, all right, we're not gonna say who's gonna win. Those are our picks to make it. So,
We'll see.
for basketball, all right. So we don't know who LeBron is. We know he's the best player in the world. I don't care what you say about KD. My opinion, LeBron's the best player in the world. Wherever this guy goes is gonna, raise attention, and he's Golden State's biggest threat. He's one of the biggest threats, I
He
should
is.
say. Um, So, like we said, like we mentioned earlier, I don't think LeBron will be able to dethrone them this year, and I think he knows that, which is why he's kind of taking a hands-off approach. He's not drawing too much attention. He's kind of letting the season run its course. But I do think next summer that's when we'll see LeBron. We'll see more reports about him pushing for another star.
Okay.
But anyways, the question is, based on all these rumors we've been hearing over the last past
Okay.
couple months,
Oh, they trying to get like
who do you think is
KD.
the most? Who do you think is the most likely star that the Lakers can acquire to team up with LeBron?
Can acquire. That's not acquire.
Whether it's trade or free agency.
I gotta look who's on the free agency that he can acquire, and if people are gonna come play with him. Who's even available though? Like, I gotta think.
It's either trade or free agency. Um, I can give it a couple of names for you. KD's gonna be a free agent next year.
No. But we're talking about something realistic. The KD is not coming to the Lakers.
Right. I'm just giving you names. So KD. I think Clay's gonna be a free agent this summer.
He's not leaving the Warriors.
We don't know that.
That man is not leaving, man.
Listen, anything can happen.
You, you,
Remember, Shaq,
you see that
Shaq
meme?
and Penny,
Oh
Shaq and
my
Penny,
god! Did you see that
Shaq
meme?
and
What I mean with Klay Thompson, where he had where he had 2 points and he's just chilling on the bench with a beer. That's Klay Thompson don't care. That man said he even said in an interview. He said, man, he said as long as we winning, I don't care.
got you. All right, so that's her name. Kawhi is another name. He could be free agent.
He's same with the Raptors.
Uh, Kawhi. I'm trying to think. All right, and just basically through trade. We heard about AD Anthony Davis. AD's not gonna
Nah,
be a free agent until 2021, I believe.
2021.
But Kawhi, I mean AD. Uh, who else?
Who else can even acquire?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like can't really acquire them. Just somewhere for really for them to acquire. I mean, and even if they do, they're gonna lose a lot. Like if you're gonna trade, somebody wants Kuzma, all right? Somebody wants him. Like they're gonna lose like Kuzma, like Ingram, like those are two very valuable assets to the Lakers right now. So I don't even
Right.
know if it's better for them to just develop what they have or to even trade it. I don't see how that would make him better unless he gets like a crazy superstar.
I agree. I don't think they should try to trade for a star because of the fact that um, I feel like through trade, you're gonna give up on a whole lot of assets. I don't think any one star. Now, LeBron is, his he's so great that he doesn't need as much as maybe a Curry and a Durant on his caliber player on his squad to beat the Warriors. I think he's already proven that with Kyrie. I think he needs one. But
Mm,
if we're comparing the situation to the Knicks, when they tried to trade for Carmelo in his prime, I'm not gonna make that type of. I feel like if they're gonna make a trade, a team is gonna have an asking price similar to what Denver had when they traded Carmelo, and I wouldn't do that because one, you're not gonna beat the Warriors that way, and um, two, I agree that I think the best route for them is to just develop the talent they have, and if a star wants to come play and add on to what they already have,
yeah.
then I'll make the move. But I'm not
Uh,
going to gut the whole team for one guy. That being said, I think the Lakers should not trade Kuzma, Hart. Those are my two untouchable pieces.
Kuzma Hart.
Uh, if you can trade Lonzo, couple first rounders, and maybe Ingram,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Caldwell Pope might be a good target because of the fact he has an expiring contract.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, I'll trade those two, but I'm not gonna trade Kuzma and Hart because
I wouldn't.
they've shown. And I know people trying to jump the gun already, but I still think Brandon Ingram could develop into a very quality player, like
Like,
a Scottie Pippen type of player.
like all Brennan and Ingram had to do was just spend 1 month in the gym, stop looking like a toothpick, and just play. Like, because the problem, he's too weak. He can't push nobody. He tall, he lanky. He just needs to spend a summer in the gym, and then he'll be done. He'll be great. Like,
Right. Yeah. But now as far as the most likely scenario, I'd probably go with I think Kawhi going to the Lakers is the most likely scenario because of the logistics involved. He'll be a free agent. He wants to come to LA, and he could just sign there. Uh, I don't think Katie is gonna come because again he's trying to if he's gonna leave the Warriors. I'm not gonna go to a situation where people are not gonna give me credit as much credit as I want. So if I play with LeBron, I'm not gonna give much credit either. So I think he wouldn't team with LeBron. I think he wants to. He thinks he's better than LeBron and beat LeBron. So he's gonna try to make another situation if he leaves Lakers. Um, I don't think Clay's leaving either. But again, stranger things have happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to play with LeBron.
nah,
Uh,
not Clay. Nah.
who else? AD. Like I said, he's not gonna be a free agent until 2021. Me personally, I think the reason why these rumors come about Lakers trading for him is because of the fact that his agent's name is Rich Paul, and Rich Paul is LeBron's best friend and also agent. And I don't know if this is true, but there are reports that LeBron has some type of equity in Rich Paul's agency. So I think those were where the rumors stem from. But I don't think I don't know. I'm not gonna make like I said Ingram and not Ingram. Kuzma and Hart. I'm not gonna trade them. I could see them trading Lonzo and Ingram and a couple first rounders for AD. But like I said, AD is a once in a lifetime player. I gotta think that New Orleans is gonna ask for more, and I don't think Lakers should do it because you're not gonna be Golden State
Yeah.
that way. Your best bet is develop the guys you have right now. Hope one of them transcends into a star, and just add to that. So
That's right.
I think Kawhi is the most likely scenario, but we'll see. Apparently, I don't know. According to Katie, apparently guys don't like to play with LeBron. I don't know why. I feel like winning. I feel like you, if you want to beat the Warriors and win a championship without jumping on the bandwagon, LeBron is the most plausible location.
Yeah.
Uh, and if you don't if you're scared to play with LeBron because you want to be the guy and you're scared of all the tension that comes with it, you're just not a winner, man. You're not a winner. So more power to you. Some guys play for championships. Some guys play for money.
That's true.
Whatever's your driving force. In my opinion, and I think you agree with me, though. If you want to win a ring without jumping on the Warriors bandwagon, LA's the way to go. Lakers, not no Clippers. Lakers.
Definitely. All right.
Uh,
Next one. All right. Do you think this is the end of the Warriors dynasty this year? Do you think this is gonna be the end?
um, I don't think it will be. Um, again, but we've seen stranger things happen before. If I'm KD, if I'm Clay, if I'm Draymond, I'm not leaving the Warriors. The Warriors are in a unique position because of the fact that they drafted
Uh huh.
three of their big four
But
or three or big five, whatever. Now that Cousins is
uh huh.
there. But I think if Cousins is gonna stay there, they have to give up one, and I wouldn't. But I think the biggest reason is the fact that they drafted, Curry. They built their core through the draft for the most part, and when they signed, so basically when you draft your core, that gives you a little bit more flexibility to sign guys. They can kind of
But
they have more wiggle room in the cap
here's my thing.
to retain guys.
Do they have enough money to pay all of them?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Because of the fact that they drafted their core,
yeah.
their salary cap is not. I don't think it's a big issue.
Nah, but Clay hasn't gotten paid yet, has he? I don't think Clay hasn't
No,
gotten
they
paid yet.
can still pay him.
And Katie and
Yeah,
Draymond.
yes,
You,
if
do
they
they though?
sacrifice. Yeah, Draymond's already signed. He's not gonna be a free agent until 2020.
Yeah, but do they?
But
I feel like they don't got enough money for that.
I think they do. I think because of the way the cap has risen over the past couple of years, and the fact that certain guys have been willing to sacrifice by 10 million maybe, they can make it work. And that's all you need. All you need is that big four and a couple of role guys. You'll be good to go. But I think I think my prediction is that they'll stay. Um, the the biggest threat to their dynasty is KD leaving. And if KD was built like a LeBron, he wasn't as sensitive and he doesn't care what people say. I don't think it would be you'd be talking about. But again, KD's KD.
I
Um,
think after those comments that Draymond made to Katie, I think Katie's gonna leave. Katie's
yeah,
gonna Katie's
KD.
gonna Katie's out.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Based on KD's temperament, I would say I feel like that it would end because he would leave. But again, they were the best regular season team in history without him, and who's to say they won't continue
See,
to dominate?
so what my thing
But
is, it just depends on if they can play if they can pay people. Then yeah, if they can't, then it's going to end. It's going to end. I don't know. I feel like the rest of the NBA is just catching up with the Warriors, at least from how the regular season is looking. At least the regular season. Okay, I mean it isn't the playoffs yet, so we can't really say. But I feel like this year it might be
yeah,
it. But yeah, let's
yeah,
just
I definitely think that. Last thing I'm gonna say, I definitely think that they can pay keep everybody together. I just think that because of turmoil within the team itself, that's the biggest threat, and it's about to get end because of that.
okay. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. We could skip this question. And we'll talk about that later or another time. But let's move on to football. So Misha, what do you think about the Steelers and the whole Antonio Brown situation?
All right, so for those who don't know, Antonio Brown did not play last week in Pittsburgh. They won, but again, his absence was notable because of Antonio Brown, and he's the best, arguably the best player. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to all the Ben fans out there. Ben's getting old, he's regressing. So as of now, AD is a guy. So we found out at first we thought he was scratched off because of the injury, but we later found out that it was because of suspension. And we later found out he got into an altercation and missed practice last week. And lo and behold, the player that he got into altercation with, which is not to my surprise, is Ben Roethlisberger. And we're hearing reports that AD requested a trade. I'm sorry, AB requested a trade, and the Steelers are looking for offers. So, all right, if you're asking me, do I think if they should trade AB? The answer is no, because
Okay,
AB is their best offensive player.
they definitely shouldn't. I mean,
Um, like I said, Big Ben is not the same player he was previously. He's still decent, but he's no longer. I don't know. I don't think he's elite. So he needs as many weapons as he can have on the field at all times. And Juju has improved. Juju is a star, but is he AV level talent? I disagree.
okay,
And if they want to maximize their window championship, uh, starts with AB. AB's a once in a lifetime player. He's putting up Jerry Rice type of numbers, and I don't think you should trade him. If if you know if he really doesn't want to leave, and it's up to them, they have all the power in the situation. Keep him.
uh huh. All right. Yeah, I ain't got really much to say about football. All I'm gonna say is, shoot. All I gotta say is this: come Super Bowl time, and come Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles gonna be there. Write it down. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
right.
Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah,
We in the
right.
playoffs now. Write it down. Write it down.
Whatever,
It's
man.
gonna be the
And
Eagles.
Dr. Dre's coming out with Detox.
Okay, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. All right, whatever, bro.
It's coming out. There's a release date.
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't care what you say.
It
On the
is.
29th of January, I'm going against Common Kingdom Hearts 3.
True, true. We're gonna get in the game in a bit, but yeah. So that's all I gotta say about football, man. I'm gonna watch my Eagles win. I'm gonna go down to Center City again, and it's gonna be lit. That's all I gotta say. What you want to say about football?
All right. I think this year, I think that for the NFC Championship game, it'll be. I'm gonna go with St. Louis on the NFC side. On the AFC side, I'll go with Kansas City and who else? The New England Patriots. I'm gonna pick Kansas City to come out of the AFC. I'm gonna pick New Orleans to come out of the NFC. Um, and I think that we'll see. Can I'm gonna pick go with the Rams because they're more balanced offensively and defensively. Yeah, that's that's my prediction of how the playoffs will
Okay,
see. You already said you think the Eagles will win.
that's all.
So
That's all you need to know. Eagles gonna win. Don't worry about none of the other games. Eagles gonna win. That's all you
whatever,
need to know.
man. Man, Nick Foles. I don't trust Nick Foles. I trust him for one game.
Hey man, I trust him enough. I trust him enough.
All right. All right. So we're done with football. We're gonna go to gaming.
We're going to the gaming
Um,
section.
the first item on our agenda when it comes to gaming is you already mentioned it, Kingdom Hearts 3. Um, Drew, I don't think you're that familiar with Kingdom Hearts.
I haven't played the series, but like I'm aware of the hype around it. I'm
Yep.
definitely aware of it.
So backstory: the first Kingdom Hearts game came out in 2002, I believe. I was 6 years old, and I fell in love with it because it's made by Disney, and everybody's seen a Disney movie growing up. So the idea of just combining Disney and Square Enix, uh, who's made Final Fantasy and a bunch of good role playing games. The idea of having a role playing game with a bunch of Disney worlds and characters, uh, fell in love with it. It was a success. The second Kingdom Hearts game was even more well received than the first one.
All right.
Uh, to me, that's the best game in the series so far. Uh, it was revolutionary. The graphics were beautiful for their time. Um, like I said, after two,
What do you guys say
uh,
about 2.1, 2.5, 265 over 3,000, and the square root of 55? What do you guys say about the rest of the games?
get it right, man. It's 365 days. Okay,
Over 52.
so
Over what?
get it right.
Kind of damn fraction, bro.
All right, whatever. But anyways, like I said, Kingdom Hearts just they're great games, but again, we're waiting for three, and I just felt like, I mean, I'm not totally unhappy with the fact that they they elected to have a whole bunch of have a prequel or games in between
Sequel,
Kingdom Hearts 3.
something after it.
I'm not mad. My only gripe is the fact that I feel like some of them is unnecessary to the story. I don't think they had to make a game about Roxas's time and Organization 13. I don't think you need to do that. But
Okay.
other than that, I think other games were they had their importance to the story, and I don't think I have an issue with them porting it to all these different consoles. My thing is it started on PlayStation.
It did.
Uh,
It did.
if you want to add it to Xbox or Nintendo, go for it. But start on the PlayStation. I feel like every single game should stay on the PlayStation. That being said, I did enjoy some of the newer, kind of the remastered content they put out for PS4
Okay.
and PS3. I enjoyed the gameplay. You never hear me complain about the gameplay with those. But again, I'm hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3. Um, it's been, 15 years in the making.
Exactly, 15 years. I
And the thing is that, I was always hungry for a third one,
uh huh.
but I don't know, flew by for me. It didn't hit me as in 14 years.
It's just
So,
no, I knew. Do you know how many memes there were about this game not coming? I didn't. Even when I saw it release it, I was like, this game's ain't coming out, man. I don't believe it because
right.
it's been in production for so long. It's like Half Life 3 or any one of those other games where people just like this game is never coming out. Like, come on now.
I mean, the reason I agree. I had my doubt, but the difference between those games and Kingdom Hearts is, I mean, they've been releasing content. It's not like they released Kingdom Hearts 2 and it was a 14-year gap with nothing. Like,
No, that's
the,
true.
they had, a prequel, which is Birth by Sleep, which talks about, the past. And they had, kind of, it had a sequel called 3D Dream Drop Distance.
Uh huh.
Uh, it takes place after Kingdom Hearts 2, but again, it kind of sets up the the story for Kingdom Hearts 3. It kind of puts us all in the right direction. Uh, so yeah, and I think the issue that Disney had was when they announced Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3 2013, 2014. I don't remember which year. I think it was 2014. What they should have said was, honestly, I don't think they should have come out with a trailer. But if you come out with a trailer, say it's in development.
Yeah.
Don't say coming soon.
What I
Say in development.
what I heard, the reason why it took so long was that apparently with Kingdom Hearts, because for those of you who don't know that like most games run on the Unreal Engine, and on the Unreal Engine, like I said, a lot of games are produced and made on it, and you have a lot of like developers and programmers who know how to use this engine. But Kingdom Hearts, if you look, they use their own proprietary engine. So
Yeah.
it actually takes time to come up, make this engine, and then you have to hire people to learn how to use it. So I heard that was a big reason why it took so long for Kingdom Hearts because they had to create a whole new engine, which 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 probably takes years because it has to work, and then probably another like few years of training, and then they, and then they have to develop the game for the console, but then the console shifted, so honestly, it's possible that could have set them back 15 years. I don't know if that's 100% the case, but they do use their own
Um.
proprietary game engine.
Yeah. That was the biggest reason. I think they were originally supposed to use Unreal. Again, I'm not too familiar with the engine, but I did know it was supposed to utilize the Unreal Engine, and they decided during development to, like you said, create their own engine.
Yeah,
And like you said, it takes time. It's not a walk in the park by any means. It's gonna
for
take time.
for sure.
That's a big factor. Another factor is just the death story. Uh, like I said, Kingdom Hearts, you will need to either play all the games or get yourself familiar with each game. I'll say each game except uh, whatever game of Roxas. I don't know what that's called. But each game you have to be familiar with the story. With Kingdom Hearts 3, you have to know pretty much the story of every game to know what's going on in Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's another issue. It's just the vastness of the story. Um, I mean, that's part of what I think draws people to it is because of how vast the story is. But again, because with that comes a drop off in frequency in release. So it's another factor. Another factor is the fact that the director of Kingdom Hearts, I believe his name is Tetsuya Nomura.
Okay.
Not only is he working on Kingdom Hearts, he's working on a whole bunch of other projects, which is Final Fantasy and whatever. But I know Final Fantasy, he was the director of Final Fantasy 15 as well. So if you're familiar with Final Fantasy, it's an epic story on its own right, and you cannot work on both projects at the same time and expect to have positive reception. You're gonna have to put in
That's true.
ample time in both, and he decided to go with 15 first. And when he finally finished 15, that's when he could focus on Kingdom Hearts 3. So, like I said, what we talked about. So we talked about will it live up to the hype. I think it will. I have
Probably.
faith in Kingdom
Probably.
Hearts. Even the games that released in between, I enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to the project. And the director already confirmed that there's gonna be more Kingdom Hearts 3 games after 3. And I do think if they're gonna release more games, there will be a new villain. Because I don't think anybody wants to know about the past. They already talked about the past. We'll focus on future. I do think there will be. I think they could put a new villain. I don't know if Sora will be the protagonist, but maybe it'll still be there. Andrew, you're not familiar with this character, but a lot of fan theories about future villain in Kingdom Hearts 3 after the main villain Xehanort demise in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Master of Masters. The Master of Masters is kind of set everything in motion, but he vanished. So people think that he'll jump in, take uh, Xehanort's place in the story. So yeah, I think that's enough for Kingdom Hearts 3. Uh,
See.
I'm gonna get it. I think Drew said he might get it if it comes out to Switch, which I think they will do it based on how much success Nintendo's having with the Switch.
If it does, I'll consider it.
Gotcha.
Let's see
But the
what
next game
we got.
that I'm looking forward to in 2019 is Jump
We
Force.
got Jump Force, bro. So
I'll let you start off, Drew.
Jump Force. So
I'm gonna pull up the character list right now, see
oh
what they
yeah,
have.
nah, I gotta put the pulled up. They had a lot of characters. So I'm gonna read these people, but I don't even know. I don't know.
I'm Ball Z
Alright, so we
characters.
got Aizen, Ichigo, Renji, Ruka, Ryo, Cell, Frieza, Future, Trunks, Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, Ken, we got my man Gon, Hisoka, Killua, Kurapika, Deku, Naruto, Sasuke, Boa Hancock of One Piece. I ain't never watched One Piece. Marshall,
Mm,
Monkey D. Luffy, Sabo, Sanji, Zoro, Ronin. Let's see, this is Ronin Kenshin, Dragon, or at least that's this is the list I'm seeing on. Oh, you got Yugi, Moto, Yusuke Urameshi, the boy Tagoro. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see.
yeah. Do show real quick because it's kind of breaking up on my end, but yeah. I know One Piece was gonna have the most characters, knowing the fact that One Piece is the most popular anime
Yeah,
slash manga,
yeah.
and it has the most. I know they got the most characters.
No, no.
As far as One Piece, I don't think they need to add any people to this. Maybe one more character. I'll add Kainu or maybe what's his name? What's the commander's name? Basically, there's one more guy. I think that we Naruto. I think you should definitely add more people. I think they should add Boruto
Okay.
because
Got his old son and thing like that.
that's his son. Possibly a guy like Madara, or because Madara was the biggest villain. You can add fourth Okage,
Okay.
Kakashi. This one guy at least. I don't want to just two guys. I gotta have more. I need one
Nah,
villain for sure.
nah,
I
nah.
need one villain.
I disagree. I'm kind of the anime connoisseur. And what I gotta say for Jump Force, they need to. Well, I don't know if I said his name, but that dad and Asha from what's that show? Black Clover. So I feel like what they need to do is add some more new anime characters that people haven't had chances to play. Because I'm personally, I don't want to see that many Z Fires or One Piece Fires because they've all had their own game. like people know these people, so I'm thinking like if we can get like Aaron from Attack on Titan, I think that would be pretty dope. Get let's see if you can get like All Might or One for All
Definitely All Might or One for All, exactly.
whatever his name is. If you could get him, that would definitely be dope. And maybe Bakugo one more person. That's like I said, definitely class from Black Clover. Let me see. Let me see if there's any
They
other
got Yugi in there. Do we need Yugi?
crazy. No, I don't. I don't want. Like put
But
him.
you know what? I guess they're trying to make their own version of Smash, and like Smash we have Poker Trainer.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's why they had.
that's probably true, but I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out if there's any more like new top shonen. Oh, they need to add I don't know if you've seen the anime, but it's called Maggie. They need to add Sinbad from Maggie. He would be a really dope addition to the show. Let's see, maybe let's see, girl from a Kill la Kill or main character from a comic get kill. I don't know if they have the license to all these characters, but they'll
Yeah,
definitely.
there has to be jump characters. I mean,
Okay.
it goes on the Shonen Jump.
Yeah, I see. I don't know everybody who's in Shona, but if they could get those characters, like they could be potentially be like a lot of like nice anime characters, or the dude
Yeah,
from Seven Deadly Sins. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I feel like he's from Shonen Jump, but I don't know. So I mean, so like I'm hoping they have a variety of characters. Like I don't want too many Z fighters. I don't want too many people from One Piece or too many people from Naruto, just because we know them. But my whole thing with the thing is like it's gonna be a fun game to play, but I know it's not a real fighting game. Like I know it's not gonna be a deep combo heavy system. So I feel like it's gonna be one of those games like the Naruto like shipping and strikers games where it's just like you press like Axis square like 5 times, you press shadow phone, you do the substitution you block, and then you keep on spamming. Like it's not a real fighting
yeah.
game. Just don't
It's
get
not.
it
Yeah,
done.
it's not a traditional fighting game.
I hope it's like that. So like I don't think it's gonna live up to the hype just because of that reason. Like I don't feel like because let's be honest, like Naruto, Goku, Luffy, like can you really balance them? Like Goku can fly. Like
Yeah,
like
I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
so I don't really know
I think
how
the
they're gonna
best
do it.
way to keep it balanced is to make a game similar to Smash, uh, where they have special combos, special attacks or whatever.
Uh huh.
But you know, I mean, I will wait and see. Like I said, I don't think it'll live up to the hype, but I could be wrong. See, another anime. I was thinking about that. I was thinking. I'm glad you mentioned other animes they should add. Uh, also, I'd like to mention before I go about talk about my list. Uh,
All
they
right.
did add Deku
They did.
from
Oh,
My Hero Academia,
oh
and
yeah.
that's a start. But again,
Yeah.
I want to have my four-way battles
Oh
between
yeah. Or they need to have
you know,
the
Goku, All Might, Gon, and who am
they
I
need to
missing?
have the Elder
Oh, Luffy,
brothers.
Luffy.
Definitely them from Fullmetal Alchemist, the Elder
Full
brothers.
Alchemist, definitely. Full Metal
They
Alchemist,
need to add
definitely.
those two. I feel like that would be they deserve to be
Right.
in that game.
They deserve recognition. Mm,
Let's see.
who else? Oh, I need Hiei from Yu Yu
Oh,
Hakusho.
yeah.
I gotta have Hiei to Sasuke to
Hmm.
see whose darkness is greater. I gotta do that.
True, true.
So we'll do that. Oh, anime am I missing? They have Kenshin, right?
Yeah, yeah, really catch it. Oh, I don't think they have Inuyasha though.
They don't have that. No, they do not.
Yeah, they could probably
Uh,
at least get him. Well,
think of any.
that's a lot of people they could get. To be honest, there's a lot of anime
There's,
characters they could get.
there's a lot of people. The jump library is vast,
Shoot,
so there's no shortage of names. But
they could get like Guts from Berserk. Yeah,
Berserk, yes, yes.
they, they
We need guts, yes.
if you get Gus in there, Gus and what's the grit? What's his name? Griffin.
Zoro,
Yeah.
guts versus Zoro versus Ichigo versus yeah. So this is Swordsman. That would be a good hype. That was a good hype battle. Oh, there's also another anime. Well, it's not really anime anymore. It's a manga called World Trigger.
Oh, I heard of that.
Uh, I enjoy. It. Probably don't. It's probably not as popular because like I said, the manga's great. But what happened was the writer was on hiatus because she was pregnant, and they canceled the anime because it wasn't getting that much reviews. But I think they could add that. World Trigger is a jump title and it's very
Okay.
interesting. So add that. I don't have any more names to add to that list.
What
Do
else we
you?
got? We got so we got next. We got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC content. Now, personally, I wasn't aware if he was still playing this game. I thought everyone was on fighters, but what you got to say about that, Mish? Xenoverse 2.
I'm interested in the DLC that they're gonna release. I don't know if they have released it or they're gonna release it in I don't know after the movie comes out in America.
Uh huh.
But they're gonna have a DLC with obviously the revamped version of Broly, and there's gonna be the revamped version of Gogeta. We're gonna have a Gogeta finally. In the past, we've seen Gogeta with only in Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 4,
Uh
but we're
huh.
gonna see Gogeta with the base form, SSJ, and now Super Saiyan Blue. So I think we're gonna have a good amount of people hop back on just to see play with Gogeta and Broly. Again, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Eh, anything to add or is the next topic?
Nah, cause I ain't really played to Xenoverse games like that, so I can't really
It's a
say.
great game. I like to add. I want to add. It's a great game.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right. So
What's next on gaming?
we're gonna talk about.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, we got the Soldier Boy console.
Oh my God.
Man, real quick, man. This man is a this
He's
man's
about to get sued by Nintendo. You
he,
know that.
he's a low the low. He's a low the low. For those of you who don't know, your man Soldier Boy, tell him this guy essentially he bought he bought he bought like these fake Chinese consoles, right? And then just slapped his name on it, and then sold it on his own online server. And was like, yo, these consoles have like 800 games. They're gonna be so much for it. This, that, and the third. But in reality, it's just an emulator. That's all it is. It's just you playing old games on the emulator. I'm like, come on now, like it's not even your product. You just stealing someone's own product for just to make a quick buck. Like that's a low and dirty move to me. Like I don't know. To me, that don't sit right with me. What you think about it, Meech?
I agree. I was corny, and I mean, I'm not rushing to buy Soldier Boy console or whatever, but
Yeah.
I mean, what may be his biggest issue down the line, right now, is the fact that Nintendo is very picky about who has the rights to the content. Based on what I've read, I heard that they may be gearing up for a lawsuit. So while he's showboating his M's right now,
Yeah.
I think he might have to worry about writing a
Yeah.
bigger check to Nintendo,
Exactly.
and
You
you
don't
don't
want
want to do that.
anything
You
has to
don't
do with
want. I don't want no smoke with Nintendo.
anything has to do with emulator Nintendo. Like Nintendo will get their money. Like Nintendo's the one company like them dudes over there in Japan. They don't play with their money. You copyright their stuff, they coming for you. So I mean, like, I don't know because I mean I know it's an emulator that can play Nintendo games, but I don't necessarily know how that goes into a lawsuit or if they have a case there. But Soldier Boy, that was a low move, man. I'm disappointed in you.
Right. All right. Yep. Yep. So I think we agree. It's a corny move, and you need to pay for it down the line. So moving on from that, under gaming, the next item of discussion is who do you think is winning the console wars right now between Sony and Microsoft?
Oh, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not gonna leave
Did
out.
I say that?
Nah, you ain't saying Nintendo. I was like,
Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
was
Yeah.
like, you can't leave out Nintendo.
You know what? I'm still tight about the Wii U. I'm still thinking about the Wii U.
But bro, they on the Switch now, bro. You got to move the times,
They did. They did.
bro.
They did.
In my opinion, right now, if we gonna say it right now in terms of games, Xbox is definitely last because Xbox came out with no games in 2018. That's a fact.
Oh,
But
sure, sure.
for me personally, I'ma say I'ma say the Switch, like because like just because like when you buy a Switch, you appreciate how portable the console is and how you can just take it anywhere. Like you could take it in middle class, you could take it on a car ride. Like the Switch is such a versatile console, and that it's just like it's better. It's better than having a PS4 because like in my dorm, like I don't even what's the point? I don't even have a TV, so it's just like I can't have no console. I mean, but in terms of we talking about just like in terms of like overall games. I mean, yes, Smash Five did come out for the Switch, and that's a great game by the way. But Sony, they had so many games that came out. They had Spider Man, God of War. What else? I was thinking like Beyond Good and Evil or something like that.
Yeah,
They had so many titles that just came out,
and they have more.
and so it's just like
Yeah,
they got
obviously,
exclusives. They got Sony got the heat coming.
yeah. I mean, obviously, they got the exclusives, and I know off top of this year, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be a big release for them,
Exactly.
and they're gonna have another Devil May Cry game coming out. I think that'll be popular. I think The Last of Us 2 coming out this year. So Last of Us was critically acclaimed the first one. I think there'll be a high demand for the next
And that
one.
game was amazing.
Yeah, that game was amazing. So that definitely had this exclusive. Yeah, anything to add, or can I
Nah,
proceed with my take on things?
I ain't got nothing to add to the console wars right now.
All right. I think PlayStation, Sony's winning the console wars right now. Again, Nintendo's made great strides in the past year or so since the Switch has been released.
Yeah.
I will buy the Switch at some point this year. I
Okay.
don't know when, but I will buy it. But Sony has had the lead for the last couple of years for ranking games. I think
Just
Sony has
yeah,
the better games
yeah.
than
But we'll give
Nintendo.
Xbox. Xbox has a better hardware though.
Of
Xbox
course,
is
Xbox always has the best hardware,
like their
but
console is more capable,
uh-huh,
but there's just nothing to play on it, which is the problem.
right. And I don't think there's that big of a level of difference between the Xbox and PlayStation.
It's
I will give Xbox the edge,
uh-huh.
but I don't think it's that big of a gap.
It's big enough. It's big enough.
You think so?
The One X is way more powerful than the PS4 Pro. So I'm pretty sure that the One X can at
Right.
least do 4K 30, maybe 4K 60. I don't remember the exact
You know what?
numbers.
You're right. Cause I don't think the PS4 can play on 4K. Um,
Like
right.
yeah, so I don't.
I
Maybe in
could be wrong, but I don't think so.
maybe in the future we'll see.
Yeah. So, like I said, Nintendo's the winning big right now, but overall, Sony games, and they're still selling fairly well. That leads into my next question. So, I mean, technically, the Switch is in the next generation of video games. We're currently, well, it's technically considered a newer model,
You could consider it
but
that.
you consider it that. So they already have a head start um, to Sony and Xbox. I believe the next Xbox, I believe it's tentatively titled Xbox Two. Why is it called Xbox Two? I don't understand. In my opinion, they should have just kept it, fairly symmetrical. You got the Xbox, the 360. I would have gone with the 540 or maybe 720, but again, that's not up to us. So then that's expected to come out until 2020. They've already announced it. Uh,
Good thing.
Sony has not made a formal announcement of when they will launch the next console, which, if we assume they're going to keep up the trend with numbers, I assume then the
But
title of the next console will be.
here's my problem. Are you sure they announced Xbox Two? Or is that just rumors? Because but here's my
No,
no like
they haven't made a formal announcement, but I think they're.
but but here's my
I
thing.
think the lead design team already
But here's my thing.
they let it slip.
It's just like they've got nowhere to go. Like they're at 4K 30 FPS. Like if they make a new console right now, it'd do 4K 60, and it'd have to be at least $500 or more. And since they just did a console like mini refresh for the One X, I don't think it's necessary to necessarily be like, oh, like let's make a new console immediately. I feel like the PS5 is gonna come out sometime next year, and that's gonna compete with the One X, and they'll probably be neck and neck for the most part. I don't think Xbox needs to waste resources on creating a new console when what they've got is almost pretty much top of the line.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. You could argue that how how much better could they make these consoles? Like I
Uh,
said, the One X is already pretty much. I don't know what you would add to it. 4K seems enough. Maybe they'll just keep that, and I don't know. I think what we'll see maybe instead of releasing a whole new console, that we'll keep with the trend of releasing more powerful versions of the console. Um, but I think there's some life, but again, I think the reason why we're having this discussion is the fact that again, originally the Wii U was a part of that whole generation, and Nintendo you know, kind of already had a head start on the next one
yeah,
with with the Switch, and Nintendo's dominating right now. Like I said, people are still playing PlayStation, people are still buying PlayStation, but again, Nintendo is on the rise, and I think with the launch of Super Smash Brothers, we've seen their sales double possibly, and I think the trend is going to continue. Um, Especially since Switch is good, they're going to release more DLC for Super Smash with new
of course.
characters. But they already announced a new character next year. It's gonna be a Square Enix character. My bet is gonna be Kingdom Hearts, because
Oh,
what
true.
better way to launch Kingdom Hearts 3 or
Mhm.
promote it than putting it in Super Smash Brothers?
Mhm.
So I think that's why we're having this conversation. If anything, I feel like Xbox, they might launch a new console because of the fact that you know they need something to kind of boost their revenue in the gaming department. My opinion is they just need to be better games. So maybe
They just need
that's the more,
exclusives,
yeah,
cause
that's a more feasible route. Uh, but I think that's how this conversation. Who will win the next console war? I think Nintendo's will win it based on the reception the Switch is having. But I will buy another PlayStation. I'll tell you that. If they release another one and there's enough of a difference, I will buy it. I always say this. I feel like if Nintendo improves their hardware, they might have a shot. But that's not really their niche. Nintendo has their audience they want to serve, so maybe they're gonna keep things relatively simple for now. Focus on their titles and kind of maintaining the traditional gaming audience. But I go Nintendo to win in the future.
hmm hmm
Yeah. So I think that's it for games. Uh,
yeah, I think you want to talk about in terms of gaming.
um, Kingdom Hearts 3, man. I think it's gonna win Game of the Year. Excited. I can't wait to buy it. And if they do another delay, they canceled, and I'm done with the series. That. But hey, it's January 3rd. You have 26 days until launch. They haven't announced anything, so I'm feeling confident.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
so we'll wait for next year gaming. What's next? What we got?
all right. We got sneaker releases in 2019. We both like sneakers, but I think I'm more of a sneakerhead than you are.
He's definitely the sneakerhead.
Well, I'm a pragmatic sneakerhead. You won't see me dropping all my money on sneakers, but
All right.
we'll see. So in 2019, we got obviously LeBron watch. I was very impressed with uh, LeBron sneaker line in 2015. I actually got one. Uh, I like LeBrons for the fact that you can wear them on the court, and they actually are very fashionable off the court. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. since I like to play basketball and like to look fashionable from time to time. So I'm anxious to see that. We mentioned the Yeezys earlier. Uh, I was looking at sneaker releases, and I have to say, along with LeBron, the sneaker release that I may cop in the near future is the glow in the dark Yeezys. Those look
The glow in the
tough.
dark
Glow in
Yeezys.
the dark Yeezys.
There's, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about glow in the dark shoes. Like I saw them and they do look tough, but I feel like somebody just gonna roast you, man. Like you got some highlighted sneakers. Like I gotta see him in
Uh,
person. I gotta see him in
I
person.
I don't care. They look tough. The only difference is that I wouldn't wear them in the like I wouldn't see catch them wearing that in Brooklyn, Philly. I don't think you wearing that in Philly
Nah,
because
nah.
anything that glows in the dark will draw attention,
Like
and you will get robbed.
if you in Philly, you not trying to draw no attention. Like nah,
Right.
that's nah, bro.
But when I feel like flexing and stuff like that, standing out at a party or something like that, I definitely
Who you
those
trying
will
to
be something
flex on?
dope.
Who you trying to flex on? Meech? Who you?
I'm trying to flex on everybody, man.
Okay.
I'm
You say you got honey
Drake.
in the corner? It's like I'm playing with you.
I got it in the cut.
True, true.
But, I'm picky, so we'll see what I.
Okay.
Kyrie, I'm a big fan of Kyrie. I just caught mine this year. I'm kind of done with Kyrie's for now, but maybe when it's a sale down the line, I'll cop it again. Uh, what about you? Looking out for Kyrie's?
I'm not really looking out for any of these sports sneakers, all these athletic sneakers. I'm just not like they do look cool, but I'm just I don't know. I've never been a sneaker dude. I'm like for me, give me a pair of Coke White Air Force Ones and I'm good, bro. Like a classic. Just give me some Air Force Ones. Just give me something nice and classy, nice and you can never go wrong with Air Force Ones. And if someone tells you otherwise, they're wrong. But
They're wrong. I agree with you. I have one, so I agree with you.
so I mean, basketball shoes.
Uh,
I mean, if you really got the money for it, I say go for it. But for me, man, I ain't got that money to be spending on different type of sneakers. I ain't got that type of money.
all right. The next on the list we have is the Greek Freak ones. That is the tentative title
Oh yeah,
for
he just got it right.
yeah Giannis. Those who don't know, Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka the Greek Freak,
Hmm.
signed a shoe deal with Nike, I believe, in the tail end of 2017.
Okay.
He hasn't released a sneaker in 2018, but rumors are circulating that it may come out this year. I'm not surprised it's taking so long to come out or for them to announce it because basically ever since they signed LeBron, it takes a fair amount of time for Nike to launch new athlete sneakers. Noted recently, well, I'm not sure it took Kyrie a long time to release his sneakers, but I know PG took a minute. Paul George, if those don't know who PG who I'm referring to, Paul George took a decent amount of time to come up with his own sneaker. I believe it took him maybe 3, 4 years. Uh, but I'm looking forward to what Giannis is going to put out. Mainly because he's Giannis. He's the hottest thing right now in basketball, and it's Nike. Nike's been they have good track record with true releases,
Okay.
and I'm interested to see what's going to come out.
All right, but okay.
And yeah, anything you want to add, Drew?
Nah, nah, I ain't got nothing else to say about the sneakers, man. That's all you and your sneakers.
All right, and the last pack we have is the T Mac Millennium package from Adidas. Now, for those who don't know, who haven't followed basketball prior to 2008, Team Tracy McGrady was a big deal
Of
in
course.
basketball. I mean, he was so great that people were comparing. People wonder who's better, Kobe Bryant or Tracy McGrady.
T Mac, bro.
As the
If you don't know, man, look up. He scored what 13 points in 33 seconds.
Yep,
Look out that clip. You ain't never seen it.
that's
That's greatness right there.
Mama. That was that man. Uh, and fortunately, injuries derailed his career. He had to retire early, and he's never able. maintain that level of play earlier. But he had his success on the court and off the court with sneakers. I know my favorite T Mac sneaker release of all time was when he donned T Mac 3 at the 2004 All Star game. Uh, it was noticeable he wore two different colorways. Now, I don't really wear two different colored shoes, but if you ask me to wear two different colored shoes, I would wear the T Mac 3, the red and blues. When he wore those shoes and did the off the backboard dunk, I think he was the first person to do that. That was hot.
Hmm.
So, this is coming back. Um, that's another package to look out for. If the price is right and they look pretty decent enough, I may cop that for nostalgia, of course. Because T Mac was that dude.
He
But
was. No, he was definitely that dude, man.
yeah,
Like, definitely check out some highlights from him if you've never seen him. If you've never seen this play, he was definitely that dude.
look up 13 points in 33 seconds.
For sure, for sure.
Uh, so I think that concludes our discussion about sneakers.
Okay.
Uh, I think the next item on the list is anime.
That's next thing. Who we got on anime? So,
So backstory made you're an anime fan. We're
go
excited. That's one of our favorite genres.
of course,
We some anime. There's some animes that we follow together,
it's,
like My Hero Academia.
of course, of
I'm
course.
still tight that the next season will come out to October.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a dub. I don't know why they taking so long, but
The season better be 50 episodes. I better be
it better be.
like it better air the whole year. Like it better be that good.
Yep, I agree. So we'll talk about anime. All right, quick. What's your top five? I'm not sure top five. Yeah, let's go top five. What's your top five anime of all time?
Top five anime all time
And no order.
in no order.
Right.
You know that's hard. That's hard for me because I watch a lot of anime. I watch all the genres.
You gotta go. You gotta go off the dome.
All
Pause.
all the okay. Okay, nah, because most of these I'm about to list you probably won't know. So, we'll say, damn,
It
five.
doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. This is just five random. This list is definitely goes around. But we're gonna say Steins Gate. We're gonna say Code Geass. If you ain't never seen that, Code Geass is
I have seen it,
Code that
but I haven't followed it. I never finished the season.
Code Geass is amazing. Um, Yu Yu Hakusho, classic anime, classic '90s anime. Yu Yu Hakusho is definitely up there. Let's see two more. Yeah, this is kind of hard. Let me see. Let's see.
Don't overthink it, man. Just name two of your
Okay.
favorite ones.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll do. If you ain't never seen this show, this is one of those shows that suffered from never got a season three. It's called Awari no Seraph. Basically, it's about some dude. It's about these vampires take over the world, and the humans got to beat the vampires. I mean, I know it's a really basic description, but that's definitely one of my all-time favorites. And we go number five, man. Psychopaths,
All right.
amazing. So
So top five.
that's,
All right. So I'll give you my list. First, I mean not first. Let's see. I'm gonna name Dragon Ball, of course. Specifically, Dragon Ball Z on my list. I gotta go with that because that's what introduced me to anime.
I feel that.
I just remember as a kid watching it on Toonami each day. You know, fun fact: if you don't know me, my mom didn't want me to watch actual television like on Cartoon Network and Disney because she felt like the content was too suggestive or it wasn't the most positive
Right,
content.
right. Yeah, that's how
So
moms be.
I spent the first couple of years, probably until age 6, 7, watching cassette tapes of like all the Disney movies. So I'm not complaining because I'm a Disney. I like those. I just remember sneaking to watch Dragon Ball Z when my mom wasn't home and my dad didn't care because when he came home he was asleep.
Okay.
So I watched Dragon Ball, so and I'm still a Dragon Ball fan. I got Dragon Ball merch.
Hmm.
I want to get Dragon Ball sneakers, which we'll talk about later on. But I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball. Then I'm gonna go with One Piece,
Okay.
cause you know, hey, One Piece is a vast story, and
It's too long. You know, it's
if
too
you're gonna
long.
start to watch it, if you're gonna start watching it now,
It's too long,
I'm not
bro.
gonna lie to you. There's a lot of content you got. Man, let me finish. Well, you go. There's a lot of content you got to cover.
Okay.
So if it's too
Episodes.
daunting for you,
Hey,
I understand. But it's a great anime.
if you
Uh,
got 800 episodes of time, all right, man. 800.
whatever, man. All right, I said Dragon Ball One Piece. I'm gonna go Yu Yu Hakusho. That's we agree. We
Of
see eye to eye.
course. Of course. Yu
I,
Yu
I
Hakusho.
love that show. Dark Tournament and Chapter Black are like one of my favorite arcs of all time.
Those are great arcs. Those
Yep.
are definitely great arcs.
And I don't know. I wish it was longer. I don't know. I wanted more from. But again, I'm not complaining. So those are three. That's next one is Naruto.
Okay,
Well,
Naruto.
without minus the filler. Uh,
Mhm.
Naruto is a great story. So I'll put that on my list. And what's my number five? My number five. My list. This is a little bit. Uh, I'm gonna have to go with possibly mm, Death Note. I'll go with Death Note.
Death Note. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good show.
Alrighty.
All right,
So now that we talked about what is our all-time anime? What anime are you excited for in cinema?
let's see. I mean, we got a lot of things coming out. Let me see. We got Attack on Titan season 3, part 2, season 4, whatever you want to call it. Attack on Titan. That's always been a great anime to watch. Pull up. You know what I mean? Got the Titans. Aaron. I mean, Aaron sucks because he's useless, but no, I mean, nonetheless, it's fun to watch. Like we said, My Hero Academia. Yo, that show, man. Yo, like the next season, I already know, man. Like, so, this is minor spoilers, but hey, if you seen the most recent
No
season,
spoilers.
fine, no spoilers. All right, just know that the dude Deku met, he that dude. All right, like they acknowledge him as he's that dude.
Deku's
So
that guy.
I'm
He's
I'm
the
really
next man up.
I'm really looking forward to that.
I need Deku to be Gohan who doesn't become a wuss.
Oh my
I need
gosh.
him to get that. I need to take that mantle, strongest in the world.
Oh my god. Deku on this come over. Deku's better than Gohan. Gohan regressed. Deku's getting better.
Right, right, right.
What else? There's another anime called Kage Guru. Um, I don't know if you guys seen it, it had a lot of hype on Netflix last year, and basically it was about this girl who where so basically the whole world was based around gambling. So basically, to get stats in school, you had to gamble. So basically, you got this main protagonist where her goal is to become like one of the kings in the school. Or I guess queen. So she's trying to like beat everyone in gambling and beat everyone at these different like various games, blackjack, poker, all that stuff. So, but it's really a fun show to watch to see how she out strategizes people. So that's gonna be another a show I'm looking out for. Um, let's see. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but Bangal Stray Dog season 3. That's it. That show. That people need to stop sleeping on that show. Like if you sleep on that show, wake up. That's all I gotta say. Wake up. What else? One Punch Man season 2 and Mob Psycho season 2. Those two very popular shows. I definitely looking forward to those as well. Definitely 100% for sure.
All right. I actually both like anime. I don't have as much of an extensive list you do, but I mean, or should I say I don't have anything to add? But I will add. I'm not sure if it's coming out, but the next Dragon Ball anime,
Yep.
whether it's Super or another Dragon Ball
I think it
anime.
was rumored. I think it might come out like either in the summer or in the fall. But I know they're making it.
Right, and I'm gonna just watch because that's Dragon Ball, and I'm the Dragon Ball. It's kind of like when Drake puts out a project, I'm gonna listen to it. So if Dragon Ball puts out another installment, I'm gonna watch that. Same as another LeBron comes out, I'm gonna cop that. So
Okay.
goes without saying. But yeah, whatever the next Dragon Ball anime follow. So I think that concludes our list for anime.
Yeah.
I believe moving on, but that leads us to the next and last
Unless you
section.
know the podcast. Yep. This has
Nah,
been a good one.
I'll let you introduce the subject too.
And so I mean, this is we got a lot of sections like this, but this is the life section, and essentially we're just gonna ask like just one basic question, and this one is and this question might help those who are younger, and even those who may be older who have things they might want to say to siblings or people that they knew who were younger than them. And the question is, how important is high school? And this is just in the grand scheme of things. Do you think it's important? And personally, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the thing with high school, if we're talking about the education route and trying to go to set yourself up to go to a good college, I would say that high school is actually very important. Just because I mean, yes, high school is easy, and you can pretty much like sleep in every class and still pass it all A's. Even though it is easy, it does teach you I don't know, like it does teach you like basic methods how to study, and the thing about high school is just like if you do good in ninth grade, then you'll be like in the honors classes, and when you're in the honors classes, it looks better on your is it called resume when you're applying for colleges?
Yeah, resume
Yeah,
or college application,
yeah.
resume.
It looks better on your college application, and when you're in these honors classes, the people around you actually want to learn. They actually want to do better than themselves. So you'll meet people that that essentially want to go to high places in life, and that's an important thing that you got to realize in life. It's just the energy of the people around you. If you hang out with people who don't got a positive energy or people who are not trying to go anywhere in life, get away from them and make some new friends.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So like what I was saying with high school.
Oh, I'm gonna stop you right there for a minute. Perfect time to quote a Jay-Z verse. All right,
What man Jay Z say?
man, Jay-Z. Hold on, I'm about to pull up the lyrics.
All
This
right,
is reason about. This is when Jay-Z first came out. This is reason about.
all
I gotta look it up to say tell you exactly.
right,
I don't like misquoting the goat. I
all
gotta
right,
quote him
all right. Yeah, let me know
verbatim.
when you find it. But yeah,
All right, I'm gonna find it.
but basically what I'm saying is just you know when you hang around smart people.
Yeah, I found it. I found it. I found it.
Okay, all right,
All right. They says if every nigga in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches.
exactly.
That just basically means, you are who you surround yourself with.
That's
If
basically.
everybody in your circle's doing well and y'all help build each other up
That's
and
powerful.
help each other when y'all when one person's down, nobody's gonna fall because you
That's
guys will be each other's crutches. But
exactly.
if you're the only person in your group who's trying to make a better life for themselves and everyone is not trying to keep you from doing so, then that could be your crutch when you
Exactly.
fall.
That's
They're
important.
gonna be like a anchor or a weight pulling you down.
So like these people.
That's what I want to say. But continue.
So like these people, like they're gonna be some like oh like you're gonna get like yeah a high SAT score because the colleges they do look at your SAT score. So when you're around these people who are trying to better themselves, your SAT score is gonna improve. Your application is gonna be better. You're gonna give yourself a better opportunity. I go into a better college. I mean, I know a lot of things like not everyone can afford to go to the best college. I mean some people can only afford to go to state school. Some people can only afford community college. But I mean, but whatever the case may be, if you're hanging around smart people, you can at least give yourself a shot for a scholarship. When you're in college, when you're in high school, apply for a lot of scholarships. But you at least give yourself a better shot just because you look better
Mm.
and your resume is better. And what I want to say is, what I want to say in high school, and this, I feel like a lot of people make this mistake, and it sounds kind of harsh, but if you're in high school and you are 5 foot, let's say you're like 5'8", and your dad's 5'10", and your mom's 5 foot like 5, all right, and you playing basketball, enjoy basketball because I do believe that being on a team will help you grow as a person. But if you know you ain't got no shot at the league, don't make basketball your everything, or don't make that sport your everything. Like if you 100% know that you're not going to the league or you don't got the next go to the league, do it for fun. But at the end of the day, you gotta find some way to grind, whether it be like education or what are you trying to pursue, like entertainment, something that's gonna help you succeed better in life. So don't spend too much time in things that.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't put your eggs in one. Especially if you know, like if you play basketball and if you're not at least like 6'2", come on, man. Come on, man. Like, that's not gonna lead nowhere. But that's all I really gotta say. Is high school important? It is important for those reasons because it is a stepping stone. I've had people tell me like, yo, like I wish I would have tried in high school because it literally is a
They
foundation.
change your life.
It can change your life. Like how well you do in high school can impact the rest of your life. I had many people tell me like, yo, like if I was in honor class with you, like I wouldn't be in this situation, or I wouldn't be in this situation in my life because I probably would have been doing well and would have went to good college and went from there. So I'm not saying that like success is determined by if you go to college because a lot of people that go to college. Some people don't know what they want to do. Some people just waste their time there, but you'll at least give your chance a higher you'll give yourself a higher chance of success if you do you know take high school seriously. So if you got anybody younger than you, and just to tell them, just like focus on your craft and find what you want to do. It could be acting. Just find what you want to do and find something that you can do. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket on something that you know is not possible. That's pretty much all I gotta say, bro. What you gotta say, Meech?
Um, it's not too different from what you said already. One thing I would add is anybody listening right now. Um, I know I can personally attest to the statement. Uh, our high school experience was not like Andrew's high school experience. Let me tell you, this dude
What you
used to take naps in class.
mean? What you mean?
This dude used to
What you mean?
come home,
What you mean?
take a 6 hour nap,
Hey
and
man.
wake up at like 8 or 9 o'clock and do work for the rest of the night and
Hey man.
and then wake
I was
up.
passing. I was getting A's. I was passing.
I,
All right. I was passing.
I'm just letting you said it like high school's easy, like I'm sleeping all day. I'm just telling you that is not the norm for
Oh,
everybody.
oh my
You are the
God.
only person that I
This man
know.
trying to slander my knowledge. Oh my
You are the
gosh.
only. Listen, no. He's a smart guy. You are like top five in the class. I'm just telling you that is not like nobody should aspire to replicate that type of study habit because there's. I'm telling you right now. I don't know nobody. You are the only person I know that could dead ass sleep for 6 hours until 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, and proceed to work on homework for the rest of the night, and get
Oh,
up and go to sleep at 3, get up at 6 o'clock.
hey man. It's all
But
about how much you
kudos,
want it. It's all about how much
kudos.
you want it. If you don't want it, it's not gonna happen. If you want it, it'll happen. That's all it is.
I agree, but you have to acknowledge that is not the norm.
All I'm saying is try in high school. Just try. Just put in a little bit of effort, because it goes a long
Yeah,
way.
right.
If you know someone in honors classes, start talking to me like, hey yo, like, let me start taking these honors classes because I
Yeah,
shoot.
obviously take your studies seriously. And the thing is, like, people think that for you to go to college, like, people who are not informed that you have to be like Einstein or Poindexter. You really, I mean, obviously you should try to get A's, try to shoot as high as possible.
Yeah,
But man, it is not that difficult.
it's not.
Like you don't have to be a genius to go to college. And people would be like, oh, but why should I go to college? It shouldn't make that much of a difference in my life. But guess what? It does. In order to get to college, the easiest route you'll have is to just do well in high school.
That's true.
So again, take your studies seriously, have your fun, and high school probably will it'll be notable because it'll be the time you'll start coming to your own as an adult without having as much not, that level of responsibility you'll see later on in your life.
Right.
But just enjoy your time. Try to do as many activities as possible. Do activities, but don't overwork yourself, and just enjoy your time, man. Because like college is a unique period in your life,
Yeah.
and it'll never come back again. So
And
make
never
the
come
most
back
of
again. Yeah, but that's true, man. That's just don't do anything that you gonna regret later.
it. Right.
I'm a couple years removed from. Oh no, I'm still in college, but I'm a couple years removed from high school, and I just like you just check Facebook. All the people who I was with in the AP classes, honor classes, they making moves. All the people who
Yeah.
wasn't, most of them they're making moves, and that's just a harsh
They're
reality.
making no moves.
That's the harsh reality.
Ah,
That's your
get
harsh
it?
reality.
No moves.
Oh, it's been the fun. No
uh,
moves. That's a podcast.
ah,
Ta-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's what I'll say.
yep. That's what we got for the live section. You got anything else to say?
Nah, man. You think it's a good time now? And first, our first episode
On the podcast.
of
All
the
right.
podcast.
Before we end, you got any closing statements? Any closing statements?
Um, hey man, it's the first podcast, and it's the beginning of 2019. Like I said, I'm not really big into New Year's resolutions per se. I'm big into kind of improving yourself,
That's a fact.
reinventing yourself, because I feel like that's the only way you're gonna eat, survive in today's world. So, hey, if you're trying to make a change in your life, and you feel it's gonna be beneficial to you, kind of move yourself, kind of elevate your lifestyle, man. Just do it, man.
Exactly.
It's like Playboy Cardi said, don't talk about it, just do that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was
so
real.
just keep progressing, um, stay motivated, uh, and stay constant. Um, you know, don't be complacent and kind of let time fly by you. Stay constant.
That's right,
Like I
man.
said, don't matter if you're gonna have your good days and bad days, but be consistent.
That's right.
Stay the course.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. We got anything to add, Drew?
My closing statements, man. You know, I mean, this podcast, episode one, it's only the beginning. There's gonna be more to come. You know, I mean, we're just getting started. I know, it's audio is not the best, but we're getting there. You know what I mean? And like we were saying, or like Meech was saying about the New Year's resolutions. I mean, I don't necessarily believe that you need to wait until January 1st to make a resolution. But what you need to do is make an action plan, or just set a day. Or like, yo, like I've had this idea for like years. Hey, yo, man, just like one day, research it, see what you
Go
need.
for it, man.
The second day, just get
Do
what
your
you need,
research though.
get what you need, buy what you need, and just do it. Like the most important thing to success is consistency. If you're not consistent, you're not gonna be anywhere. So just don't be afraid. Just get up and go, and see what happens. That's all I gotta say for my closing statements. You already know, New Moose Podcast. Yeah,
Do it.
let's do it. All right. It's your boy Drew.
It's your boy Meech.
All right, and we out of here.